Good morning, everybody. Happy, what the hell is it? Still 2019, I'm pretty sure. And it is Monday. It's Collider Live, and we're back in the studio, and it's a small little show here today, and I like it. Hello, Roxy Striar. How are you?
Hi, Kristian Harloff.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, you too.
And Mark Yodius Reilly, the best hair in the business. How you doing?
Oh, thank you. I'm well.
Wow.
I'm a lot better, yeah.
That's a big compliment.
Look at that hair.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Got a
good.
haircut, so.
What do you call that thing when the guys do the little thing that goes down?
Little flick over?
Little flick over?
I don't know.
Little
It
swoop.
just happens.
Yeah.
I like a little swoop dee.
Shave your head, that one? Shave your head, it's over? That thing you're talking about?
No, just the
comb
one
over?
little.
Oh, that
the
thing.
one
Oh, I
little-
see. The little Superman
just-
thing. Yeah,
yeah.
some people that do that little flip over their head. It's like, just shave it. It's
no,
over.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I do know exactly.
Just shave your head.
Just shave your head. It's
It's
over.
time.
I'm
It's
going
time
to get
to
there,
admit
Mitch.
it.
I'm just going to, and I told my wife, I was like, I'm doing the Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm just going to shave the whole thing off and do this. She said, no, you're not. I was like,
And
yeah.
do a bit. What's this? The beard?
Yeah, the beard. Just let it kind of grow out and just be
That'd
go
be an
silver
interesting
and
look
gray.
for you.
I shaved
Shave
my
the
head
head
before.
long beard.
Yeah, I shaved my head
I
before.
can picture it.
Yeah, you've seen the shaved head. I
Yeah.
showed you on the when I lost because of the stinking Red Sox.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, they had to shave my head, and I'll do it again. Why not?
My phone auto-correcting socks to socks.
That was funny.
But
I like that.
every single time I type it, I'm
Right,
like,
because
this
you've
is-
done it enough. Because
Yeah.
that's the thing. Every time your phone learns you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But people
Still
think I'm a
hasn't
moron.
learned the ducking. I still have the
You're
ducking.
still ducking?
Yeah.
what is it?
You know
What
when
are
you
you
say
talking
fucking,
Oh,
I'll
I
do
see.
one. And it
autocorrects
corrects
to
to ducking.
Oh, I
yeah.
see.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, because you don't curse that much.
Mine learned
But see,
that
that's
like in a week.
But
by
you
the
do.
time
You're-
I
you're
did, I'm
potty
like,
mouth.
yeah.
You're potty
I'm
mouth.
like,
In text?
give me the F word.
Yeah,
That's
kick,
what I was
kick,
doing.
punch.
Yeah.
All right, a lot of things happen. Obviously, the Golden Globes happened last night, and my
Whoa.
goodness, this show was boring.
Yeah.
It was boring. I was watching it. Yeah, it was boring. And I'll say there were a lot of great things that happened overall, as far as trendsetters and a lot of very special moments and great nominations, deserved nominations. But it was a very politically correct show last night.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so politically correct, and I was like, I'm gonna fast forward through.
It was supposed to be. It was.
I know. I get
was
it.
the classy version of what it could be, and I was okay with that.
Save it for the Oscars.
But there was nothing about it that I was like, fist pumping. It was long, and how can you just go over 25 minutes? Like they ran 25
Well,
minutes long.
I
Why
think that
can
they
you
always
do that?
plan for it out for advertisers and things too. But like I just always I've always seen that, because the Oscars are the ones that are the really serious ones that everyone the most prestigious for
Yeah.
this business, and the Golden Globes is always supposed to be the party. That's why I was always okay with Ricky Gervais being the host, because if he's going to roast people and it's funny, that's what the Golden Globes are. I never thought it was appropriate for the Oscars, and I still don't. And I like Andy Samberg and Sandra Oh. I like them both. I just felt them to be like the script that they were given. It was like, like the beginning, like we're going to be positive to everyone. I'm like, I understand that was the direction, and it stayed consistent throughout the entire thing. I was just bored to tears by it.
Yeah, I could tell that they were too.
Yeah, they were. You're right. They bailed towards the end. You're not wrong. Yeah.
Glossed over look
Oh, yeah.
towards
Yeah.
the middle
Yeah.
there. I was like,
And the other thing I would say, because I thought Sandra Oh's speech when she won was great, and the thing and as far as great goes, emotional with her parents there.
Her dad.
Such a nice moment.
Oh my gosh.
The only thing that I thought inside of that, if the Globes knew that she had a chance to win, I think that people who have a chance to win shouldn't be hosts.
You don't think so?
I completely agree.
Yeah.
I completely agree. She had already touched me, moved me. She was
Yeah.
on there for so long, and there's not that many spotlight. It's not that many opportunities, and the other people in her category were so deserving as well that she got her chance, and then I don't know, it was a lot of her.
Yeah,
I like her.
And I like her a lot too. But and here's the thing: it's like Andy Samberg and Sandra Oh, once again, who I like. I don't think that they brought anything so unique to that script that was written for them. Because Andy Samberg, if you looked at the commercial that was playing for Brooklyn Nine-Nine that came on, he did the same type of thing that he did in that commercial when he's like, there was like the model that he built. Did you see this commercial? He built this model, and then they're like, oh, and it's like a Die Hard type model, and he's holding it up with his arm, and he's all jacked up, and they're like, you like it? And they're like, no, we got to get rid of it. It's like, all right, I'll burn it down. It's like that kind of quick thing that he did, and he did it throughout the entire show. You could just tell he was working with what he had.
Yeah.
He was working with what he had, and it just didn't work the entire show. But the thing that worked for me, at all were the upsets and the things that like, it was the most unpredictable Golden Globes I've ever seen, and I loved it because of it.
I completely agree again. I didn't see any of this coming.
Yeah.
I put in my bets predictions and was wrong all over the place.
I think a lot of people
Left,
were.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of people were pissed, and I loved it. It was like last night.
It's
it was
so stupid to be pissed
it was,
about this.
There's such a lot of things people were pissed
Oh,
out
gee,
about.
they're pissed on Twitter again? Is that it's like every time something like award show, whatever, movie, whatever, somebody finds a way to be offended,
Right,
and upset.
But I was watching, and as I'm watching throughout the entire night, a couple different things had happened and stuff in television that I didn't expect. And I'm not the television expert like you are, Roxy. When Mrs. Maisel, who's the actress's name?
Rachel Brosnahan.
She won. I was like, well, that's to me. I just guessed it because I figured that's the hot show. I think she's perfect for that role.
Yeah, but woof with that dress color and her skin tone.
Didn't even notice. Had no idea.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's
I
fashion.
know you guys were thinking about it.
I don't, and I think, and that's why I'm worried about my tux selection that I have for the Schmoedown Awards and for
gonna send
the
it to
Critics'
me?
Choice with the tux. I already picked it out.
Oh, well,
I already
then
got it.
I'll say
Should have sent it
that's
to you
nice.
yesterday.
Yeah.
I walked to the tux shop. And I went and I'm looking and I'm like, okay, I need it for 2 nights because we got the Schmoedown Awards. Tickets are still available, you humps. If you go to Eventbrite and you type in Schmoedown, it comes up.
Isn't it like $15?
It's like $15.
How are tickets still available? What are you guys
there's
doing?
not many fan tickets left. I mean, we've sold over like 150 fan tickets.
Okay. All right, so you're doing it.
Yeah, there's only a few left because there's something like 200 competitors, including their guests and
Right.
stuff too. So it's like it's going to be.
I know you gave us
slammed.
all +1 this year. That stresses me out.
Why?
Well, because I don't know what to do.
Bring a +1.
I know that's the stress part.
You don't know who to bring.
Yeah.
Who do you get? Who's your choices?
I don't know.
You gonna bring Roka?
Yeah,
Well, Roka's gonna invite.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
invited.
gonna bring Rogue.
When you walk with Roka,
you know?
that'd be funny. You and Roka show up.
You can walk in
Big
with
Dick
us.
Willie over there.
Dick.
So, so if you, it's gonna be a lot of fun. You guys show everybody's dressing up. So if you did get a ticket and you are if you're not part of the Schmoedown family, but you're a fan and you bought a ticket, dress up. We're gonna do. Jen Sturger's gonna be out there doing the interviews for people as they show up.
Like I'm supposed to wear a gown or something?
Whatever you want. I'm wearing a tux.
Oh,
I'm wearing a
man.
tux.
See, I had a different
I'm wearing a suit.
idea.
Really nice
no,
suit.
No,
What are you doing?
No, I had a
don't
whole
know if I can
different
do the
idea.
What was that?
I had a trendier idea.
Such as?
No, well, it's not going to work now.
Why? What are you gonna do? You can tell us it's not gonna happen.
Well, you're not going to understand what it is.
I wouldn't understand what it was even if I did understand.
Well,
what
that's
it
why
was.
I'm not going to explain it.
Why? Maybe
Because
someone else is gonna understand.
No, it's like a tight onesie.
Oh.
All right.
Well, I'm sure the fans are gonna enjoy it.
They're not going to see it.
They're not going to see it. Well, they're probably going to tell you if you did a vote on it. They'd probably tell you to wear it now. Why not again?
See it. You'd post a picture.
No,
sure you would.
But I'm not wearing
But
it.
she's not
That's the
wearing it. You
point.
can't just post a picture of it.
You guys just told me you were
Fucking-
wearing
I don't know.
tuxes
Creep.
and suits.
Stop aiming at that.
Where'd you go? Did you just bail out? Where'd you go
No, I was
to
thinking about
Alderaan or
something
something?
else. Yeah, I was thinking about the Lady Gaga dress that she was wearing.
Grammy
And you
was
should,
not a
like-
fan. Grammy did not like
Oh,
that
Grammy
dress.
Did you
didn't
watch
like
it with
that.
Grammy?
Yeah, Grammy said that dress is wearing her.
Nice.
Okay, good.
It was. She's not
thought
not
she looked
incorrect.
great.
Let's switch back to Lady Gaga then too, because I have to be honest with you. I know that you guys love. I don't know if you love it.
I loved
Okay,
A
you guys
Star is
love
Born.
A Star is Born. I like it. I don't dislike it as much as Beardo did, or even as much maybe as McCougs did.
Beardo hated it?
Beardo
Yeah.
really
right,
didn't like
because he lacks emotional depth.
it.
I remember the
No.
conversation now.
Beardo's,
that's what I said at the time.
That's what you said.
Yeah.
Beardo's points I thought were pretty accurate. It was if you look at it, and I ultimately think, as far as the Golden Globes went, I think that Beardo's points was a reason why Star is Born didn't win a lot of stuff because it's been done 4 times. The movie's been made
But
4 times.
if it hadn't won Best Original Song, then I would have said they're rigged.
I could not agree with you more because
that they deserved that so.
that song is
So
in my
That
head
song
as
is
much as that Vox
amazing.
Lux song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great song, and hearing that story because I've once again been listening to Spotify a lot. What Spotify does also on
Good for
on
you.
the Roku is they give you little clips and things and factoids about the song.
No afterthought this week, by the way.
So. Let me get back to the Gaga thing because you brought that up. So I have an announcement about afterthoughts. Yeah, about
Holy
afterthoughts.
shit.
And I wish it would have been
What's that note say, by the way?
Gaga.
I'm always curious. Oh.
Gaga.
And then you just circled it
And
a
I
bunch of
circled
times?
to go back to Gaga.
Okay.
So Afterthoughts is no more.
What?
Yeah, after Thoughts is no more.
What happened?
No, I didn't. The guys.
You fire them?
No. Did not fire them. So Ryan Snelling and Jay Williams, who I adore and think did so much in general for this show, for the Schmoedown show. They are really focusing in on their brand on Sight and Sound.
Yeah.
They put a lot of effort into this show every week, and it became too much.
Yeah.
And they texted me. I talked to them over the weekend, and I said, I was going back and forth. I had asked, "Where's the show coming?" And they had sent me a text, and they said, "Look, we wanted to talk. We had a long conversation about it."
They wanted to talk after they didn't post their show.
No, I think they want to. It's a long story. I'll tell you after the break.
Okay.
But no, they
Roxy punching holes in this.
It was before.
Okay.
But just communication, just on my end. So then they just said, "Listen, we're focusing on Sight and Sound," and that was it. So I said, when he told me, I don't know what they thought my reaction was going to be, and I just said, "I understand. Because I've been there before.
Yeah.
I've been there before with Schmoes and working on."
You live there.
I know.
That's where you live.
It's right. It's like the passion. The passion for them is their brand. Then they should go for it. And I said as much. And so go do your thing. And those guys, doors open for them. They're both both fantastic. So
All's well that ends well.
yeah. So back to Gaga, and we wish to go follow them over on Sight and Sound because they're doing good stuff over there.
J to the A to the Y to the
That's
E.
right. So Lady Gaga, I thought was really good in the movie, and I think for someone who is primarily we know she's a performer. We know that she can. The thing that really won me over with her, because I love that she went away from that stupid meat costume thing that she was doing. She was trying to be Madonna for those 2 or 3 years, and then her great publicist, agent, whoever it was, said, "Stop doing that. Let's actually be you." Because the last couple of years, she's been her. A heightened version of herself, of course, as a performer. But it was that Sound of Music thing she did at the Oscars that year. Remember when she walked out, I still had this stink for me. It's like, oh, there's this Madonna wannabe who's talented, but I don't care. And I was like, what's she singing Sound of Music for? And I just remember mouth open, like, holy shit, this woman's talented.
I mean, her pipes are unbelievable, but they were getting lost under the meat.
Right. And she freed it. It was freed. And ever since then, I've been a lot more on board with her. She had a great interview with Howard Stern a few years ago that I liked her.
I watched that too. When she did some rock and roll bits and that.
Yeah, and it was just all of that. She's redefined herself very well, marketed herself very well, and also adds into this performance. Right? Thought it was a real performance. I thought it was a raw performance, and I liked it a lot. I did not think she deserved to win. A nomination? Sure.
Yeah.
Glenn Close, remember when we were talking about it, I said...
You said it.
I said Glenn Close is going to win this for a lot of different reasons. The first reason is because she deserves it. She put in... I don't know if you've seen The Wife. She goes...
I haven't.
Oh, man, she goes...
I hear that.
She goes... The movie's good. She's great in it. She carries it throughout the entire film. The other reason why I don't know about Golden Globes, but in Oscars, I don't think she's been nominated. She's definitely never won. So this is one of those kind of moments, of the Al Pacino moments, the Denzel Washington moments of you didn't win it all those times before. Glenn Close has a good shot of winning the Oscar now.
Her speech broke my heart.
Yes, her speech was fantastic.
It was beautiful and it was personal, and I love that she just talked about being a little kid and being like, I can do this. This is my dream, and this is what I'm going to do. And I thought she looked stunning.
Right.
Like, there's nothing I can't stand more than when people don't dress age appropriately. And she was very age appropriate and looked gorgeous.
Yeah, she did good. I mean, and I'll go back and reiterate some of the comments that I made earlier too. When you look at two speeches like Glenn Close and Regina King. Both speeches I thought were the best of the night. Those are the two. To me, that doesn't fall into the category of politically correct. To me, that falls into the category of passion, emotion. You're not just saying things to say them because you should. As where I felt a lot of the design inside of the speech, the design of the show itself. That's what it was. And to me, that's not as genuine. That's like, oh, that's what we're supposed to be doing right now, as opposed to what Regina King did and Glenn Close, where no, this wasn't scripted. This is I have something to say. This is what I feel, and they did that. And there weren't a lot of speeches that I watched. I watched those two, and I fast forwarded through a lot of the other shit that I felt was just the same old. But someone I did not fast forward through, and I loved, was Christian Bale.
Yeah, I was going to say that was my favorite.
It was so good. It was so good. Oh, it was so good because Bale.
I thought you were going to say Jeff Bridges.
Well, Jeff Bridges was phenomenal.
Different side of the
And he's accepting that award, and has a speech prepared.
Yes,
and all that
but
kind of stuff.
Bale to me.
Was it prepared?
Who knows? But Bale to me was the most genuine, raw speech that because it wasn't really even a speech. He was just talking.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that you and I were talking about this during the break. He has a very thick accent.
Everybody on Twitter was losing their minds.
Didn't realize
like,
it. How good of an actor he is.
Yeah, he's
I watched Vice again. Vice is in my top 10.
I still haven't seen it.
It's in my top 10. I watched it again the other night because my wife wanted to see it, and I was like, I'm going to work, and I couldn't keep my eyes off the movie. He is like, because you can't really, if you watched that speech last night, you got to really pay attention to what he's saying because you can get lost in his accent. Because what the hell did he just say? It's so thick. But as Cheney, oh, Mr. President, you're the President of the United States. You got to do this. It's deep. You can hear what he's saying. It's like
he sounds like him.
He sounds
completely.
Like and speaking of that, when you talk about taking shots. I mean, he said he needed Satan to get into the role of Dick Cheney, and it's like. Oh man, and talking to his wife, and he's like, "Who else do I need to thank?" I felt like that was
funny.
me.
And they cut to her, and she was like,
"Just forget it."
Yeah,
she's like, "Forget it," because she said something at first, and then she realized the camera was on her, and she's like, "Don't worry about it."
Yeah,
that's how I would have been when up there. I would have called to my wife, and I'd be like, "Who am I supposed to thank now?"
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Tell me what to do.
I don't know what I'm doing. I loved it. I loved it.
That's funny.
But the big upsets for me, obviously, I thought it would go to either Bradley Cooper or Rami Malek for Best Actor.
I wish it went to Bradley Cooper, but I loved Rami Malek.
I thought Rami Malek did more. I thought he did more.
I thought he deserved the win.
Yeah.
Like, that was the one I wanted to win for Bohemian Rhapsody, not the other way around.
I think Bradley Cooper did less, and that's what I liked.
Well, I mean, what I meant by
that Rami did more.
Yeah, what I meant by more, I think that. And I think that out of all the performances, out of all the awards that should be nominated for that movie, Star is Born, I think Bradley Cooper is the first one.
Mm-hmm. As director or
as actor?
Mm-hmm.
I think that he accomplishes everything that he wants to as a director to get out of your star, who happens to be him. He does it. Now, I agree with a lot of the criticisms that he's doing Jeff Bridges some crazy hard, or he's doing he sounds like Sam Elliott, and it's. There's stuff that we've seen a million times before. We've seen that type of performance a million times before, done very well. And I like I said, I would have been okay if he won, but Rami Malek had to bring to life again, arguably the best frontman in music history. Mm-hmm. That is a very daunting feat, and he did it, and he really did it. And I've seen that movie 3 times now, and every single time. You cannot take your eyes off the man. He did what, and that is, and it goes to the conversation that we had about, why Adam Lambert has to be Adam Lambert. He can't try to be Freddie Mercury, because you can't be Freddie Mercury. And Rami Malek became Freddie Mercury.
I agree, and I think he was so wonderful. However, I think that there is the question of, is it easier when you have an insane amount of source material to be a mimic, or is it easier to create your own character?
Who created their own character?
Well, Bradley Cooper, obviously, there were 3 prior movies to this, but he was completely different than any of the other 3.
But he had reference. He had 3 different movies to pull from.
But he wasn't playing those characters.
Right, but there's not a lot of, you're not a mimic, but Rami Malek did not mimic. I don't think he mimicked.
I don't mean that as an insult. I mean that he literally is trying to embody somebody else.
That's different than mimicking, though.
Okay, so whatever word you would use there then. Okay. And I think, and while he was my second favorite performance of the year, I think that what he was able to do to move me was not quite as challenging as Bradley Cooper.
And that's fair. It's a different opinion.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. But regardless...
What do you mean it's a different opinion?
That's right.
It's not even what we were talking about.
It's absolutely what we were talking about.
Guys, take this to Twitter, would you?
That's true. But I would not take it to Twitter, because apparently if you say that you like Rami Malek, it's just if you like him and you're 13, people will crush you. Bunch of dicks.
Yeah.
This poor girl from 8th grade. Because of the
So excited for Rami Malek just to win.
just him.
Just him.
She didn't say
nothing else.
She didn't say, "Oh man, Bryan Singer. Wish I could party with that guy."
Yeah.
She said Rami Malek.
Especially.
She's like, I like Rami Malek.
Yeah.
That's
She's like,
all.
yay.
Yay. 13.
It
And they
broke my
killed her.
heart. The follow-up tweet. Why is everybody upset?
poor girl.
Like, just
It's the same thing I tell any Schmoedown competitor. Just get off the internet.
Yes.
Just get off the internet.
So
Correct.
I had a conversation with a few people about this, and what I found their consensus seemed to be was that they're upset with Rami Malek because they're under the impression that Rami Malek knew when taking the role what Bryan Singer had been accused of and took it anyway. So they don't think Rami Malek should deserve to win. That again. Please don't come at me. This is not my opinion.
This is what you heard. Yeah, which is what
I was told.
Yeah, again, and I will defend Rami Malek on this side because here's the thing. We do, whether people want to like this or not, in this culture that we live in Twitter and Facebook, we do live in you have to be proven guilty society. And it's not proven guilty by social media. It's proven guilty factoids. Like facts, what happened? Tell me. So Rami Malek to turn away a job without any facts.
Not just a job, the job of
The
a
job
lifetime.
of a lifetime. He didn't have. There were no facts. This could happen. This might happen. There's a lot. And look, from all accounts and things that we've heard, Bryan Singer's done some bad shit.
Yep.
From what we've heard, and most likely he's not a great dude. More than likely, not a great dude. But this is the agent says to the client, here's the role. There's some stuff about the director. Nothing's proven, though. Nothing's proven.
You think the agent did say that?
I don't know.
Yeah, but you're saying
but
if they
But
did.
even so,
Yeah.
it's like you got to, and this is your job. This is your life. What do you want to do? He takes the job, and he wins the Golden Globe, and he gets the best performance of his life, and he doesn't thank the director during the speech. Nobody thanked him. Not one person mentioned his name.
Yeah, which was smart.
Unbelievable.
Not one person. So it's like 13-year-old girl who likes Rami Malek, and
I'm so with you on this.
it's her peer.
Yeah.
Leave her alone. What's wrong with you?
Leave her alone. Leave him alone.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Leave them alone.
Right. The craziest thing, though, I'll tell you that was, and this is none of this stuff, is that the fact that it won Best Picture is crazy.
I
crazy.
can't even believe it.
I'm thrilled. Obviously, it's my favorite movie of the year. But yeah.
See, I feel like Bohemian Rhapsody, like you do for A Star Is Born.
Yeah.
I think it's a good movie. It just didn't land with me as well as The Star Is Born.
Right.
I wanted that one to win. I would have preferred Black Panther. I would have preferred Black Klansman.
Right. Listen, everybody felt the way that you guys did.
Yeah.
I don't feel that way.
What you thought?
thought it
Bohemian
should win?
Rhapsody should win?
I definitely thought between those two it should be one of them.
You thought
Between
Star
A
Is
Star
Born?
Is Born or Bohemian
Bohemian
Rhapsody. Those are two of my
those
favorite
are two,
movies
right?
of the whole
But
year.
Star Is Born was your first choice, and then you would take Bohemian
Yeah.
Rhapsody. But
Yeah, it's
as
fine.
where I'm saying Bohemian Rhapsody for me, so I'm sitting on the couch going, okay, because I was predicting pretty well last night. I didn't put a poll out, but I was telling my wife, yeah, that person will win. That person will
I
win.
thought you said that you weren't predicting well either. You were doing well?
I was doing well on a lot of the categories, but when I said the big upsets, like
Bohemian Rhapsody.
No. Rami Malek. I said to my wife, I turned around, I was like, Rami Malek should win this, but I bet you it goes to Bradley Cooper, and then Rami Malek got it. And then when best picture, I was like, there's no way, because Bohemian Rhapsody has like a 62% from critics.
I know.
From critics, fans loved it, and it made a lot of money overseas, and that does play a part.
Yeah.
By the way. Not overseas in general. It made like $200 million here. So when it happens, I thought it was going to be between that or Green. Was it Green Book? No, it wasn't Green Book. Green Book was musical or comedy, which is another conversation. In general.
Right?
Just get rid of that category. Just
so
make it 10
crazy.
pictures. Do like the Oscars. It's not musical or comedy. Mary Poppins, regardless, is the real musical.
Yes. Vice on there.
There's comedic moments.
comedic moments?
It's
Yeah.
comedic moments.
I mean, if we have
comedically.
to put in musicals, your two picks should go into musicals.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And remember, there's that big argument that we had
Is
up
it a
top.
musical?
Is it a musical? And it's just define what a musical is.
No, they're not musicals.
I don't think Star Is Born is. And before I
not.
saw it, and I said maybe it is. It's not. You could make the argument with Bohemian Rhapsody. I mean, it breaks into song.
The last
Yeah,
30
again,
minutes, man.
It's very
Even when they're coming up with Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Mary Poppins Returns. They sit there, they cue the music,
Yes.
they look at the audience, us, and go, "Here's your song," and they perform for us.
Again,
kind of a breaking the fourth wall thing. This is all in the movie, so I can't.
That depends
see
on
it.
how you define a musical. It's a whole different conversation.
Yes.
But regardless, Roxy's not wrong though. Those two movies though, *Star Is Born* and *Bohemian Rhapsody*, qualify as musical way more
Yes.
than
But
*Vice*
see, that's
qualifies
where
as a comedy. And,
Correct.
And *Green Book* as this
Green Book is so
comedy.
outrageous.
Yeah.
what it's about in general.
Funny moments.
There's
but-
funny moments, but what
but
it's about in general, it's not a comedy.
It's
So did you
heavy
think-
material.
Did you think it was going to go to either Star Is Born or Black Klansman, or what was the other one?
Can you bring up the nominations again, guys, for Best Picture last night in the drama? I want to see what
the drama? Yeah, it was *Stars Born*,
Black
Bohemian
Klansman. I didn't
Rhapsody,
think Black Klansman had a chance.
Black Panther.
Black Panther, I thought had a chance.
I thought it had a chance.
I thought Black Panther had a chance because
What
of
was the fifth one?
let's see those.
Beale Street
Beale
could talk.
Street could talk.
I
Beale
thought
Street.
that might pull
Okay,
it too.
so out of the 5 of those, no. I thought *Star Is Born* was going to win. I turned to my wife and I
did
said,
too.
*Star Is Born's got this one.
Yeah.
There's no chance that *Bohemian Rhapsody* wins. And I said, outside shot, *Black Panther* wins, but *Star Is Born's got it. And then they said *Bohemian Rhapsody*, and I was like, wait, what? Holy crap! And I was thrilled, obviously from how much I've been talking it up. But I saw Thad's tweet. And
What'd he tweet? I
Well, he
didn't
just
see.
talked about how the movie space in general was losing their minds over the fact that it won. And I think it was more, and I might be wrong, but I think it was more about the actual critics and stuff too that were losing their minds about it because the critics hated it so much. I think fans actually dug it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so
A
too.
picture of that. What's that? That can rock a bow tie.
For sure he
Go to
can.
the bow tie.
For
he,
sure.
He can rock a bow tie. Yeah.
Let's just pull up random pictures of the crew.
You should have, Cody. You should have done the.
He's so Connecticut looking.
Yeah.
Connect-
Is that? Yeah, perfect. What's that third picture? That's not that, is it? No. Oh my God, it is that.
That's that?
Where's that from?
Wow. Black
He
light.
looks. He looks older in that
That
picture.
can't be Thad.
I think it is.
Is that Thad?
He looks like an old 70s
Wait
like
a minute.
Marlboro
Is
man.
that Thad?
That's not
That
Thad.
can't be Thad. It looks
No,
just
I
like
think
him.
it's Thad.
Wait a minute.
Wait, it's on his IMDb. Go to his
yeah,
I,
IMDb.
believe,
no.
I
What was
think
the
related
Cody's saying
images.
that hates that photo.
Really?
That's really him, yeah.
That's crazy. He looks like a '70s tennis player.
Dad hates that photo. Let's keep it up.
Let's keep it up. Bring it. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't he? He looks like my dad.
Yeah, he's a different decade for sure.
That's
but-
crazy. Like, yeah, that does not. I mean, like, that looks like if you're gonna tell me what Thad looks like in like 10 years from now, I tell
It'd
you
be that.
It'd be that, and that's probably from like 10 years ago.
That's probably high school Thad.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Interesting.
Good old high school.
Ooh.
How many years ago?
How many years ago? I know it's true. So anyway, I'm curious
There it is.
what the thoughts out there were too in the chat room. Let's ask. Open it up. Let's ask what the chat room was thinking. I'm sure you guys already shared a lot of those thoughts about. Were you guys happy about Bohemian Rhapsody? Could you give a shit? Did you think that something else could win? I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to what the landscape is, to be honest.
What
with
was interesting is when Bohemian Rhapsody won, I usually think Grammy's pretty with it. And she said to me, which one's that? And I said, it was the Freddie Mercury Queen
Right.
movie. And she said, oh, I don't know who that is.
you know who Freddie Mercury
I
was?
said, you don't know who Freddie Mercury is? She said, no. I said, you don't know Queen? She said, no. And so I started
Did you
thinking.
play songs to her?
So I said, do you know We Will Rock You? She said,
Yeah.
and I said, yeah. And I said, you know, We Are the Champions? She said, yeah. And then I went through the whole rest of the
She
songs.
knew all the songs?
None of them.
Wait.
Just those two.
Just those two? She know Bohemian Rhapsody?
This is a woman who went to Juilliard,
Yeah.
raised 3 kids.
Never heard
All
these
super duper hippies,
Bicycle.
rock.
Bicycle.
Nothing.
Really?
It was bizarre.
That's
and I
crazy.
was like, I would say that Queen is a top 10 band of all time.
You tell her that's where Lady
yeah.
Gaga got her name from?
No, I don't think that would have helped.
Radio Gaga. All right, whatever. Thank you. Yeah, Creed.
Nice.
No, that's what they play when we have a call.
Oh, do we have a call?
No, we don't.
That's what we did when you weren't here.
Oh, okay.
That was our.
That's fine.
That was our cue.
You guys, I like you designing
I-
this
Are
for
we
yourselves.
taking calls? Is that what's happening?
No, we'll do it later. What do you got?
The
What's
chat.
say?
Most I'm seeing is like I've seen a few. It's a good movie. Doesn't deserve to be on the best of the year. Doesn't deserve it. I've seen a couple like it deserved it.
Yeah.
It was
I
at least
loved
worthy of a
it.
nominated film.
I loved that movie. I could watch that
Yeah.
movie 10 out of 10 days.
It's a glossy movie, and I liked it because of it. And I enjoyed watching it. The times that I've seen it, I'll probably watch it again because I really dug it. Because that end, I could watch the Live Aid stuff
too.
over and over and over again. Because
Me too.
I went after last time I watched it. I watched the scene, the Live Aid scene, and then I watched the actual
Live Aid.
and it's like identical.
But they take out Under Pressure.
Well, they take out there's a lot of stuff they take
Yeah.
out. Yeah, but I mean, they fit in what they could fit in there. But it's I dug it. What else is going on right now? So let's move into
see some news.
go into news. Let's go.
Yeah.
We're talking about that one article first, and then this is funny because I think I took I added 10 years of life to my family. I realized this. I didn't realize that I had done this. I sent this medical article to Reilly yesterday.
Oh yeah.
And
you're
Reilly,
right.
go ahead and tell the.
It's about LaCroix.
Tell the article. Here we go. Listen. This is a good thing for everybody to know out there. And
It's,
this is why you're going to start eating cheese on pizza.
Yeah.
After you hear this.
This is important for your partner and the health of your relationship.
Yes.
It's a new study finds that smelling your partner's farts makes you live longer.
The legit article.
Legit
It's a
article.
legit article.
From who?
Read some of this.
Researchers from the University of Exeter have determined that smelling your partner's farts do indeed have health benefits, though thanks to hydrogen sulfide contained within them.
Yeah.
Apparently, inhaling this can reduce the risk of various life-threatening illnesses like cancer, heart attacks, and strokes. Please.
Yeah. Listen, I'll tell you what.
As well as preventing
I ate
arthritis
Mexican over the weekend. It's like the fountain of youth at my house.
and dementia and old age, and helping to preserve mitochondria, which drives energy production in blood vessel cells and regulates inflammation. Ginger shots do this too.
What about smelling your own farts? Why is it smelling your partner's farts?
You like that one? That one got you. That was a rough one. That
was a new sound clip.
That's taking 2 years off of yourself.
I'm so upset right now. I just don't want
We're
this.
encouraging a lot of people right now. People are sitting next to each other, listening and watching this, just blasting it out and go, "Look, see, now you're gonna live longer."
Oh
You
boy.
know all those memes.
What if it's not your
literally
partner?
Don't
What-
want.
what if
That's
it's just
I'm
your friends?
saying. Or yourself.
Jeez.
What about sending your farts via text?
No.
No.
Where's
helps
this
my
article
life.
coming
There's
from?
no one.
Where is it coming from? Harvard Journal. What is it coming from?
It's
Finstock.net.
the University of Exeter.
Yeah.
I have no idea what this place is.
I don't even know where I
I've
saw
never
it.
heard of it.
I don't know, but everybody-
comes from an article on sick
Exeter's back
chirps.
east.
Sick chirps. All right, cool.
Sick chirps.
That's the best news of the week. I don't think there's gonna be better news.
Did you show that to your wife?
Yeah, I told her right away.
And she was like,
And she's like, "That's ridiculous. This is so stupid." And then, like I said, I went to the bathroom. I said, "If it wants to live a little longer, we'll walk into the bathroom." All right, let's.
I love the last line here. For more farts, check out the most disgusting female fart in history. That's okay though because it's beneficial. I mean, there's
how do you
I'm
check
proud
it
of us.
out?
I
don't know. Do
I
more
can,
pizza?
I can
Is it
click
video?
on this. I can click this link and see what happens.
Yeah, I thought of you over the weekend though too, because we were eating
With the farts?
No, not with the farts, but with pizza, because my youngest, my 1-year-old had her first bite. Like little, we took
pizza?
we took a little nibble of the pizza, and when she really likes something, stop with the noise.
Jesus.
It's over.
Oh.
The fart noise is done. Then she points at something when she likes it, like and we know
give me more.
for how long. It's like if she takes a bite, she got to think about it, and then she go, or if it's just halfway through the bite, points at the next one, wants it just keep more and more and more. And my daughter's like, "Oh, she likes pizza." And my wife goes, "Everyone likes pizza with cheese." And I go,
Nope.
No,
"That is not
Nope.
true."
Makes you fart.
I sit in front of one who doesn't like it all the time. Cobbster, are you a pizza nut person? I forget. You like the pizza, right?
A pizza nut?
No,
Like, just like
you like
loving
the cheese.
pizza.
You like the cheese on the pizza?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You're not a weirdo like
No,
Roxy.
no, I don't like cheese on my burgers.
Which is I can deal with that.
I've never
That's
met a
fine.
me. I've literally never met a
Who doesn't
me.
like cheese on pizza? Because they had. I'm not a big pepperoni guy. Everybody likes pepperoni.
Yeah, I love pepperoni. That's my thing.
Crushed 4 slices of mulberry pizza over the weekend.
Mulberry is so good.
It's my
without
number
a
4 in
cheese.
LA.
Wow.
Number 4.
What's your number one?
What tops the
Joe's.
list?
Where's Joe's?
Well, there used to be 3 of them.
Yeah.
Now the only one that really exists is in Santa Monica.
It's in
Oh.
cursive, right? I'm picturing the.
It's really yeah. It's really good. Joe's. Then I would go with Vito's, probably second.
I don't
Where's
know what that is
Vito's?
either.
Vito's is on La Cienega. It's
Because we need a pizza delivery place. We haven't had a good one.
no. Yeah, well, where you are?
Yeah.
Vito's.
Vito's?
Yeah, you're right near
Okay.
Vito's. Vito's is probably the best.
And
Make
then
a
what's the
note of
third?
that.
Actually, you know what? I think probably Mulberry would probably be third. Yeah, third.
I think Mulberry's good.
Yeah, it used to be my favorite was Verrazanos. Remember Verrazanos on over on La Brea?
No, what did it close?
You got burnt down.
Bummer.
Yeah, burnt
Some
down.
hot pizza.
All three of my
Hot insurance.
favorite restaurants in LA all closed. Like, it's a kiss of death for me to like a place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they'll close.
Then maybe you shouldn't like Joe's.
Yeah, I won't. Good thing I don't like pizza, and any place will ever close.
But anyway, so I crushed. That's the problem with Mulberry. It's like you can eat 6 of those things. You don't get full. They're like paper thin slices.
That's why I like them.
All right, let's get some of these news stories out here too, because there's some stuff going on. Some things happened over the weekend. What's going on?
Yeah, lots. I'm just going to get away from this fart article. We got the Golden Globes, but the Oscars are heating up now because we have the Golden Globes. The PGA Awards were announced, the nominations.
What do you got?
I'm pulling it up now. Black Panther.
You know what? I'll be honest. I don't care.
Yeah? You don't
it's
care?
what-
Black Panther was nominated.
Quiet
Okay.
Place was
Black
the only
Klansman.
difference,
Okay.
I think.
All right.
Yes. Crazy Rich Asians, The Favorite, Green Book,
For producer, I mean,
Roma, A Star Is Born,
Oh, yeah,
Vice,
Roma.
and
when
A
I say I
Quiet
don't
Place.
care,
Room in a Quiet Place.
Yeah.
you know what? You didn't really pay attention to the producer guild. I mean,
I pay attention, yes.
It's good. It's good that it was nominated. Everything was nominated, and I'm glad they have their awards. I'm so inundated with all the award shows, SAG, Critics' Choice Awards, Golden Globes, Oscars. It's everything. It's award season. I get it. That's what we do. But I just
This is the one that I look to for the Oscars, though. This is a big
PGAs?
big precursor.
it's a big. It's good. And I understand. I'm not saying get rid of them.
No,
I just don't know if I care right now because of.
There's-
If you
yeah.
guys care, let's hear the rest.
Okay,
You don't care.
that was it. Black Klansman, Black Panther, Bohemian Rhapsody, Crazy Rich Asians, The Favorite, Green Book, A Quiet Place, Roma, A Star Is Born, and Vice.
Do we think that that's going to be what we're looking at for Oscars?
No, I think they missed
What?
Beale Street, Qatar.
Oh yeah. I like that movie. Did I tell you saw that?
I haven't seen it yet.
I like
I
that
saw
movie.
it.
Yeah,
It's
it looks
good.
great.
Regina King deserved that award.
Yeah.
She was great.
Here's something
God,
I
she
was
was great.
confused about. So Roma wasn't nominated for the Globes for
It was.
for Best Picture.
Oh right.
It was not.
Right. It was because it won Best Foreign.
Right.
Film.
They did foreign.
Right,
Right.
because apparently a foreign film is not allowed for the Globes to be nominated
What's
for
weird
Best
because
Picture.
then he won Best Director.
But that's so I'm.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know the
confused
rules.
on
I don't know the rules.
Okay.
Yeah. It's my wife said something to me last night too where I was like, yeah, you're so right about that. She said I was like, my daughter really wanted to watch it. She went to bed a little early, and I was like, I got to watch these awards. I got to finish watching them. She's like, you don't have to watch them. She's like, you just check and see who won at the end. You don't need to. I said because I needed
It's
to.
kind of tough for your job, though.
No, that's the thing. That was my argument. My argument was, well, I gotta watch this for my gig because I want to talk about it on Cloud Live tomorrow. And so you can just find out who won. Look at the highlights. You don't really need to watch it, do you? And I was like, I don't really need to. I did anyway.
Yeah, but the things you talked about today, like Christian Bale, you wouldn't have heard his
Right.
speech. Regina King's,
true.
you wouldn't have heard hers. Glenn Close,
I don't know.
you wouldn't have known how lame the intro was.
You're right, but I think that maybe just to get that kind of make
Maybe you could YouTube clips.
make time for more stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But isn't it like a nice curl up in bed, watch your wife, have
couch.
some popcorn?
Your kid needs to start sleeping. I'll tell you that. That's all I need.
Yeah,
My
that
life is for a
sucks.
kid to sleep. All right. What else do we got?
Box office. We got to talk about Aquaman.
Okay, what do you
It's
got?
about
Almost
to
a
hit.
bill.
It's almost $1 billion.
Listen,
940.7 million worldwide.
Damn.
Number one again for third week.
And what did it just trumped?
30.7 million.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
Wonder
Like
Woman
200 million.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman was 821 million.
Okay.
Suicide.
Venom, it crushed.
So it starts Dawn of Justice,
Yeah.
Batman v Superman, 873. So it's already beat that. Wonder Woman's 821. This is all worldwide.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad is 746.8. Justice League is 657.9, and Man of Steel is 668.
Look, man, Aquaman's the king right now. Aquaman,
Yeah.
Aquaman is the king, and I don't know who beats him as far as DC goes. Joker? Nah.
No.
Oh, no way to Joker.
Wonder Woman maybe.
Wonder
1984.
Woman 2
Got a
might.
shot.
Got a shot.
Or if, always Batman does really well if we do apparently not when he's paired with Superman, but
No,
Yeah.
the Batman is something else. I don't know if you come to the show to because you saw the title of the show here. The Batman, there is a little bit of news going on with
A little
the
bit of
Batman.
news.
What is that news? And it kind of transitioned us from the Aquaman crushing at the box office to
Right.
its
Killing
potential.
Killing it. Yeah, the Batman is reported. There was like a small mention in the Hollywood Reporter that per T.H. Reeves' script is all but finished, though the filmmaker would continue to tweak it with studios eyeing an end-of-the-year start for filming. So that's like November.
This makes me excited.
Yeah,
I like that Matt
because
Reeves.
Matt Reeves.
What he did with the apes.
Yeah, I know.
Who's our Batman?
It doesn't say, but yeah, we're getting the.
Yeah.
It's going to be a new Batman. All the reports. I mean,
I'm with it.
It's going to be a younger like.
Yeah.
I don't know. What are they going to do with the Batman? Are we going to just cast a younger Batman and not mention anything, or is it going to be
I'm
like
curious
Wonder
what the
Woman was? Go
conversations-
back.
What are the conversations now with? Because we talked about this last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
The standalone DC films are very successful. The standalone ones, the Aquaman, Man of Steel, and Wonder Woman, all successful. It's the
You're talking about critically, or do you mean financially?
no financially. Okay.
Because
somewhat
because
critically.
Man of Steel just made the least of all of those, didn't you just say?
It sure did.
Yeah, but it's still a success. It's
Okay.
not. It's not
a flop.
It's not a failure.
Yeah.
it's a success. And whereas and as far as fan support and everything too, if you Batman v Superman probably has a little bit more of the fan support than say Justice League or even Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
Right?
easy.
But I mean, Suicide Squad still made a shit ton of money. So.
I like it.
I'm just curious. I mean, there are some people. You're one of them. But there is that curiosity of what is the conversation now inside of that studio, right? Warner Brothers, because it's like I want to know what the direction and what the plan is, because obviously you got something like Todd Phillips to where you got the Joker coming out, then you got
Shazam.
Shazam, which
Shazam's
ties,
falling into. I feel
Shazam's
like
gonna crush.
the new
Shazam's
tone.
gonna crush.
We have
Yeah.
a completely new tone of DC movies.
Yeah.
Like Aquaman was a complete 180 from Batman v Superman
Right.
as far as the look. And I think audiences are responding to that. It's obvious. And
I
so
think-
Shazam is in a great spot now.
Shazam's going to make a lot of money.
Yep.
It's going to Shazam.
And I hope
think
it
will be,
does.
I think
Because
that
I
it'll
like
be,
Zach Levi and I like the director David S. Sandberg.
and
He's
We're supposed to be
great.
getting a trailer for it on the 19th, I believe.
Yeah.
Have they not released one yet?
Yeah,
No, second trailer.
Okay, because it was the one that they released for
Yeah.
Comic Con. I just wasn't sure if it was exclusive.
No,
or
it's
not.
supposed to be second trailer.
Yeah, it's big, and it's like meaning the movie big from
Tom Hanks.
yes, but it was Garrett Penny Marshall. It was like
What?
great Penny Marshall that directed Pig. Big.
Yeah, Penny Marshall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
one of the best.
Thank you. I think that it's just a matter of what the direction's going to be, how they're going to tie things in now, and I think that they're finally getting into that place to where they have enough of these standalone movies that now you can start to interweave and connect. Because if you put together, because if Shazam crushes, which I believe it will, and then you can do a movie with Shazam, Aquaman, and Wonder Woman. Those are your three big hitters. You don't know what the hell's going on with Superman yet, but if you could do something with those three,
Can we
not?
Can we talk about Superman real quick?
what
If
happened?
Aquaman, no, nothing.
Okay.
I just, you know me, I banged the drum for a
Yeah, I
new
know.
Superman
I'm
movie.
with you.
If the Batman gets ready to start filming in November and Aquaman's crushing it and Shazam crushes it, why not try another Superman movie?
With
Or
who?
are they just
You
completely
mean
like
with Cavill, or do you mean
yes,
new?
with Cavill?
Yeah, Superman's
Absolutely.
Superman's
Keep
a tricky.
Cavill.
Superman's a tricky one. What I think they need to do a Superman.
He's not tricky. I feel like
No,
well,
no.
I
Superman's
love him,
tricky
but
as far as remember,
audiences.
Though, yeah, audience. It's how. What direction do you take him, right? Because the argument from a lot of people, which I never really took to, because I've said it a million times, Superman is my favorite. The argument from a lot of people was that he was too much of a Boy Scout and that he was too good in the time that we're in, that people like the anti-heroes, people like a little more edge. And so in the Man of Steel, he was still he's really a good guy, and he had a lot, but there's a lot of dilemmas, and there was more. This was a more troubled Superman that we
Yeah.
saw. And box office wise, we'll say that worked. I mean, even though it's out of the three or whatever you're saying, it's still lower, but it worked. I would like to see them go back to the essence of what Superman was from the beginning. I would like to see that.
You know, on my latest roundtable, I had Andrejko on, and we talked all about this. And like, we got that Superman at the end of Justice League, and I hated the way they got there. I was hoping for Death of Superman stuff, but he's there now. Start there,
Right.
because
I agree.
it is in line now with the tone of Aquaman, Shazam. He's smiling again.
For
He
the
soups.
first time at the end of Justice League, I saw a Superman that I liked
Yeah.
in Henry Cavill. But from what I'm hearing, being somewhat dialed into this, we're never getting Henry Cavill back.
No. Well, I mean, look, if we get somebody else, that's fine. What I would like to see, there's one thing I'd like to see come back, though, because I think that it works, and I think it signifies the character, and I think Warner Brothers owns it, and they pay the money for it. Get John Williams' theme. Get that theme. I know that I like the Hans Zimmer theme very much.
No, I think it's a great suggestion.
Very much, but I think that there's something about it, and I don't
Especially
mean
for today's audiences,
Yeah.
I think it adds that.
it's just the theme.
That,
It's like look, there's
hopefulness.
In Rebels, right? Star Wars Rebels, there were none of the characters that we knew. Well, Leia showed up and Lando showed up during the actual seasons, and so did Vader. But for the most part, it was these new characters. There were tons of themes that I had heard a million times before. They said, "Oh, that's Star Wars."
Yeah.
And I knew the themes. I think you do the same thing with Superman. You have the John Williams theme, and you make it an unknown. You can do the same. The attempt of what Superman, what was the one called? Superman Returns. The attempt was interesting. It went from being promising to dull at the end of that movie. But there's a lot inside of that they tried. I do not connect it to the Christopher Reeve stuff. That's what they tried to do that I don't think they needed to do. But get me that theme back. And they did that theme a little bit in Justice League. It was there briefly. Bring it back.
Now, what do you think? I think they could recast both Batman and Superman and just put them in the DC universe.
I think so. I mean, I think the fans...
Could they do that? Would the fans be okay?
You mean
I would
like
ultimately...
Hulk style, you mean?
Like Hulk?
No,
Yeah.
well, even more so than that.
Yeah.
You'd have to...
But the same kind of principle here is like you cast another actor, you continue...
But do you still have the stuff that happened already
Yes.
before? Do you retcon stuff?
No, you don't retcon.
Okay, then yes.
Yeah.
Right.
I just think you like Edward Norton was Hulk, and then Mark Ruffalo showed up, and everything
But
was...
here's the difference with that, though, because the Batman, when we don't know what year it's taking place, right?
That's the question mark.
Because the Batman is current, then no, that won't be able to happen. But if the Batman takes place in like the 80s, 90s, or when Ben Affleck, that character was younger.
Ben.
Who was that? Banner? Hey, Banner? Who is this?
Hey, Ben.
You
is
think
that?
that it could...
Ben.
What is that?
Ben.
What is that?
What the hell?
That is from a great YouTube channel. Do you guys know who Olin Rogers is? He's a
No.
YouTuber, and he had a great sketch comedy YouTube channel called Balloon Shop.
Yeah.
It's a great sketch called Hey Ben. Go ahead
funny.
and check that
Are you
out.
saying Ben?
Ban.
Ben.
It's funny.
It's one of the greatest things on the planet. Check it
Very
out.
good. Right. It's such your sense of humor, and I don't even know what the sketch is, and I can tell that you love it. What time is it?
Game time.
It's 10:47.
All right, I'm going to go to the bathroom. So I'm going to pee. That's
good.
So when we get back, we'll talk about some other stuff too, and we'll talk about I'm going to talk more about the Batman and see what's going on with the shoot
Yeah.
date, and then we'll just get some other shizit. All right.
Hello there. No, it's not late to the party. That's actually from Obi-Wan Kenobi. You didn't know that? Well, you should, and now you do. Jedi Council. What is it? It's about Star Wars, obviously. It's Jedi Council. Every week, the latest and greatest in Star Wars movie news. Myself and Ken Knapsack, that's right, the pit boss himself. We have a guest on, and we talk about everything happening in the world of Star Wars. If it's the movie news, the TV news, canon news, comic books, games, and then we take questions from you guys on Facebook and Twitter. It's a lot of fun. We've been doing it for a couple of years now. I'm still excited talking about it. The fan base is coming together again. I believe it is. I think it is. I hope it is. And we're talking Star Wars, so we'd like you. That's right. All of you. If you're not a fan of Star Wars, come on over and join us every Thursday for Collider Jedi Council here on Collider Video. And we have an Apple Podcast feed or Podcast One, wherever you want to go if you listen to podcasts. And not only do you get Collider Jedi Council every week on Thursday, The Rule of Two with Mark Fernandez and Mark Reilly, that's on every week. I believe it drops on Wednesday. It's on one of these days. It's a good show. You should listen to it. I like it. I listen to it. I haven't listened to it once.
Hey guys, Ryan Satin here from ProWrestlingSheet.com, and if you're a pro wrestling fan, which I hope you are, even if it's in secret, then you should be checking out Wrestling Sheet Radio Weekly. We've got a bunch of shows in the podcast feed. We've got weekly recaps from myself and John Roca, which you guys will probably know from the Collider family. That's for Raw, that's for SmackDown. We've also got the weekly roundup of wrestling news. It's a show I host called Wrestling Sheet Radio with Jamie Iovine and Elijah Bates. And we've also got a bunch of other stuff in our YouTube channel, youtube.com/c/wrestling sheet. So check it out, subscribe, and I hope you guys dig it.
Hey everyone, Mark Ellis here. You know, when I'm not trying to clone dinosaurs or drinking at my neighborhood watering hole, I am probably hosting Collider Movie Talk. It's a flagship show here at Collider. I like to say that because I'm the host of it. It's every day, almost. It's 4 days a week, which is still pretty good, above 50%. You can watch it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. 4 p.m. Los Angeles time is when we do it. It's live, so you can participate in the live chat room. Go ahead and give us your thoughts on every story we have coming because it's all the latest movie news of the day. Who did what at the box office? What horrible Redbox movies Bruce Willis signed on to? The DC, the Marvel, the Star Warses, the Lord of the Rings. Are they making new? I think it's a TV show, and we still might talk about it anyway because we love movies around here. It's myself and an expert panel of guests, including John Roca, Perry Nemiroff, Jeff Snyder, and other noted noters of note. You guys are going to love this show, and then we take your live Twitter questions at the end of the show at Collider Video. You can always use the hashtag Collider Movie Talk to get in touch with us, so subscribe right here to Collider Video. Check out Movie Talk, and check out the Collider Movie Talk podcast feed. We have a podcast feed now. You don't have to look at this handsomeness. You can just listen to it, whether you're driving to work, whether you're driving from work, or you don't have a job, but you have a basement and ears. You can listen to Collider Movie Talk's feed. You can get it at Apple Podcasts or on iTunes. You also get Mailbag. That's the show that's hosted by Perry Nemiroff a lot more professionally than I run this pirate ship. That's our weekend show where she takes your letters. I don't know if you write them or you email them. You have to ask her. And Afterthoughts, hosted by Ryan Snelling and Jay Williams. I almost said Ryan Williams and Jay Snelling. Would anybody have known the difference? I certainly would. I would have felt bad about it because I'm a nice person, and that's why I host Collider Movie Talk. Check it out in video form or on our podcast feed.
What's up, Collider fans? If you are a fan of television and you want to watch a guy that looks like me and a guy named Thad Williams talk about TV every single Friday, subscribe to the Collider channel. Collider Podcast is where you can find the video. We have our own iTunes feed, hashtag Collider TV Talk. You can find on iTunes or wherever you find your podcasts and you listen to them in your ear holes. That's where Collider TV Talk comes at you. We talk about TV news. We talk about shows we love, shows that we don't love, and most importantly, we don't read any books because TV has nothing to do with reading. We also have a show called Hypothetical Questions with myself and Roxy Striar and all kinds of reviews right here at the Collider Podcast channel and the Collider TV Talk feed. Subscribe, rate, like, tell your friends, tell all your friends and tell their friends, and before you know it, it's a pyramid scheme of television. I'm Josh McCouga. You can see Thad Williams and myself along with Roxy Striar and all the Collider personalities all the time right here on Collider TV Talk. As always, put down the book, pick up the remote.
Hey everyone, I'm Scott Movie Manson. Just to let you know, if you already don't, every Friday here on Collider Video, I host a weekly film review series called Movie Review Talk. The title says it all. Every week I'm joined by two guest critics of my choice, and they're never the same. We review the new films. We pick something that's streaming that you might not know about, but is really great. And we pick a Blu-ray for something that you might have missed in theaters. It is fun. It is infectious. It is the Citizen Kane of movie review shows, and it's only right here on Collider with this guy, Scott Movie Mance, Mr. Movie Release Dates himself. Check it out every Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific, only on Collider Video.
All right, we are back. Collider Live here. It is still Monday. And now joining us once again.
Hi.
Venom. Topher Grace is here.
Yeah.
Mr. Mark Ellis. Hello.
Putting the
Marcus.
cans on.
How are you?
I'm good.
I
How
stole
was
your,
y'all's
I stole
weekend?
your
Good?
picture. You see I stole your picture last night?
You stole my picture. Which picture?
Well,
I saw that.
It was a good
I saw that.
picture,
It was a
wasn't it?
really good
I
picture.
like
Where
it.
did that come from?
I hit
I've never
him.
seen you in that suit.
I stole it
Good
from
looking
Mark.
suit.
Oh, the Schmoedown Awards.
Yeah, so you say,
Is our buddy Brian Ward helping us out with that?
I like that.
Yeah.
So you again, if you didn't know, Mark Ellis is hosting. And the other thing that I forgot to mention earlier too. So
The Schmoedown Awards.
the
Finish
Schmoedown
your
Awards,
thought.
but I want to let people know as I bring this up, like these are all the people that are going to be presenting that night. If you're a
It's a
stars
luminary,
Yeah.
star-studded.
who's
If
who?
you enjoy
You
the
paired
galaxy of the
me.
Schmoedown.
yeah. Well, I don't tell anybody
Are you
yet.
presenting?
Yes, she is.
I'm not going to tell him who he paired me with, but he
I'm about
paired
to.
me. Oh, you're going to tell
All right,
him?
here we go. So
Paired me
here's
with a big
here's
star.
what you're going to see if you got a ticket to the Schmoedown Awards with Mark Ellis hosting. Crushed it last year.
A
I'm
lot
sure
to
it'll
live
do the
up
same
to.
thing.
Probably not
He-
going to happen.
It was really good last
Great.
year.
Probably not going to be
All right.
that good again.
The Harris brothers, Jonathan and Lon, will be presenting, which will be amazing.
I love one of them dearly.
Yeah, Emma Fife and Tom Dagnino will be
Perfect.
Together?
presenting together.
Are they going to bicker?
Probably.
No, I don't know. They seem to be getting along lately. Late to the party, Vanessa and Rob.
Oh, good. I love when they're in town.
Bibiani and the Machine.
Okay.
The Wildberries.
How'd you pick Bibbs and the Machine to go together?
What's the thought process for
ask
you?
me that afterwards. Let me tell you everybody first.
After
Let me
we're
get
out
through
there?
this.
You don't like when I keep interrupting every time?
No, I love it. It's the best part of the whole show. The Wildberries, of course, will be there. Breanne Chandler and Andrew Guy. Jay Washington and Ethan Irwin, the reigning champion of the world. Sam Levine and Drew McWeeny reunite for one special occasion here. The Shire Wolves, the reigning champions. John Roca and Gray Drake. Horseman! That's right.
Nice.
The Cobra, Chance Ellison and Ken Knapsack. Matt Iceman, our boy Matt Iceman.
Oh, he's going to be there?
From American Ninja Warrior. And Roxy Striar.
Yeah.
And
I love Matt.
Ah, there you go.
Mike Kalinowski and Thad Williams presenting together. And that's so go to
You mentioned
Eventbrite.
who Roxy was presenting with.
You weren't listening to anything, huh?
Where'd you go?
Where'd you go?
It was Roxy and who?
Matt Eisman.
Nice to see you.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah, Matt
well done.
Eisman got a big pop.
Welcome home.
You
And
okay?
then-
It's Monday.
Yeah, your hair's pressing down in
Roxy
your
got a
brain.
big
Yeah.
pop. I like the pairing of Roxy and Eisman
too.
together.
Do you know
Eisman
that
was at the
we're
ceremony.
buddies outside of here? So
Oh, I
was
didn't know
excited.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love him.
Yeah,
I
he is the
I don't know
best.
about BFFs. Maybe I
He's
think we're
great.
closer than we are, but yeah. We're
Top
friendly
5,
outside here.
it seems like, from
Like
the glowing
MySpace
smile.
status, or you mean?
Is he in your top 8?
Was it 8?
Well,
It was
if
top
10?
8, yeah.
MySpace was 8, and then
Yeah.
everybody started fighting with each other.
9.
And so then it became 16.
Oh.
You didn't get that one.
No, what was 9?
Oh, man.
Well.
Ellis, it breaks my heart, but I wouldn't expect him to listen to the show.
Oh God! It's just it feels like every time I
Just
come
a
in
thing.
here,
Yeah.
it's just like nothing but like, oh, you didn't see that episode? No, I
Wait,
didn't.
hold on, guys.
Really?
9.
What?
9.
How many?
9.
Well,
No, less than
maybe
that.
probably less than that.
No.
Oh, is it the
Yeah.
8th one?
8th.
It's the 8th, okay.
8th.
All right, that's fine.
It's kind of right.
Wait, can I say what actually happens when you walk in the room?
Oh, I'd love to be enlightened as to what 9 is.
Like the Queen of England,
9.
every single person moves around so
Not every
that
single
you can.
not because of me. I came in here and I was
you're-
happy to sit
Of
in the
course,
Sheridan
of
corner.
course you are, but that's how much we want you to feel welcome.
Right.
I feel welcome.
You just said that we're.
Let me tell you a little something about me, Roxy, and my
Let's talk about
confidence.
it.
They
Yeah.
said I feel welcome in any room.
Yeah.
Now, do I belong in most rooms? No, absolutely. I have no business
But
being there.
welcome.
But
Every
I feel
room,
comfortable.
yes. Yeah.
Once I'm in.
It's like that True
I
Grit.
want to feel that way.
When we sat down in True Grit and we said, we were sitting there, it was our first critic screening we ever in, and we're sitting there
What was
together.
True Grit?
It was
I
it.
thought it was The Dark Knight.
No. You
was
say
just-
that every single time. That was
you
just a
just
friend of mine.
pulled a string?
Yeah. But no, True Grit was the first one we were actually invited to, a press screening. And we're sitting in there and like, oh, look at all these people. And we look over and Leonard Maltin's there. And we looked at each other. We do not belong here. We shouldn't be here. Right now. And now, fast
Now
forward.
Malton hangs out
Yeah,
here. all
now
the
I had
time.
What
dinner
year
with
was
him
that?
not
What
too
year was True Grit?
2010.
Yep.
Yeah, 2010.
You guys have been doing this
With
for a
the
little
very
bit.
young Haley
Wow.
Steinfeld in that movie.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow, I don't
Yeah,
remember True Grit. I guess.
They showed that clip last night on the Jeff Bridges Golden Globes thing.
You can see right away that like this kid's going to be around
Well, they talked
for a
about
long
it.
time.
Yeah, she had a lot of pop when that happened. Yeah. Did you? So you watched some of that show last
Oh,
night?
the Golden Globes?
Yeah. What'd you watch?
I mean, my schedule yesterday was based around the NFL,
Football, right,
obviously.
sure.
Just some incredible
Rightly so.
games.
yeah, something happened with Chicago. I heard.
Ravens came back to make it at least interesting.
Yeah.
And then, the poor,
Bears game.
the poor
blew a
kid.
kick.
Oh, it was awful.
But it's not just missing a kick in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's the double doink. He missed it, and it bounced off the upright and then off the crossbar. So it bounced there because it could still bounce in,
Yeah,
and
right.
then you get it, and it's just the angle.
It would've won
just-
the game.
Would have won the game. God, and all these fucking Philadelphia fans. God, there's Philadelphia fans that are Venmoing this poor kicker money, saying thank you
Oh no.
for
Oh,
missing the
jeez.
kick. So it's just like just give the guy a break.
Right.
But yeah, so
That's
two
kinda funny,
incredible
though.
games. And our
You
buddy
don't think that's
Sebastian
funny?
Maniscalco
Yeah.
on Instagram. Did you see that?
No.
On Sebastian's Instagram, you can watch him. And I know Sebastian, this is legitimate heartbreak Sebastian. He decided to turn on Instagram, like he did a video
A reaction of the
watching.
kick?
Yeah, but it was like live. You could tell it was live
Yeah.
in his house, and he's watching it.
Can you bring it up? Bring it up,
It's,
guys.
it's like
Before
50
he
seconds.
knew they weren't gonna.
Yeah, I mean, this is the kick. So basically, the kicker made the kick, but they iced him right before they called a timeout. So it was exactly like that Pepsi commercial,
Yeah.
like the Panthers Pepsi commercial.
Can you bring that up? Bring up
I don't, Sebastian who? I don't know.
just for Sebastian
Maniscalco.
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 There's a lot of people talking. One person.
Sorry, Sebastian. Just bring up Sebastian,
Sebastian
Comedy.
Comedy.
Oh my God, Roxy.
Yeah, Sebastian Comedy on Instagram.
Okay,
please.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, but so it was a big TV viewing day for me.
Yeah.
And then that game was on NBC, so it was nothing but Golden Globe like promos and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I'll check. I wanted to see the Carol Burnett part.
Yeah.
So I made sure I tuned in for Carol Burnett, and then other than that, I was like, yeah, this is.
Which one? So it's the second one.
She's such a
Yeah.
star.
All right, let's see. Hold
She's
on.
just.
Let's turn this up.
Oh boy, it's gonna be heartbreaking.
This is it. This guy better make it. I swear to God.
How long was the kick?
Come on.
It was about
This is it.
40 yards.
Kill this, bro. Oh my God.
Oh wow.
He's a huge Bears fan.
I know. He couldn't. He can't talk.
I don't know what the.
He can't.
I thought it was going to go in, but it never did.
Oh.
Hit the crossbar and the upright. It hit the damn thing here, and then.
Oh no.
What the?
Yeah, so it hit
Yeah,
the
that's good.
upright and then the crossbar and then
Yeah,
bounced
yeah,
out.
yeah,
And
yeah.
it could have
Heartbreaking.
just as easily bounced in.
How old? First of all, you know who that is.
Oh, boy.
Go back. Do you know who that is?
Is it somebody in our circle or like a
Yes.
performer?
Roxy Striar.
Now everybody's mad at me.
It's somebody in our
trying to
circle?
help.
Yeah. It's two clues that you shouldn't have gotten that you got. Who does that look like?
See,
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
I don't know.
You're as tongue tied as Sebastian was.
Sheridan?
It's Thad.
Isn't that funny?
Isn't that?
It's
Wow.
Thad, but
It kinda does look like
But if you go
Sheridan.
back to that,
Okay, I know
picture,
that's that.
But doesn't he look? We were talking about. He looks like a '70s tennis player in that. It's
He really does.
right?
He looks like his name is like Bjorn Bjornsson or something like that.
He looks older in that picture with that fur coat and everything, or the coat that he's got on there.
Yeah. It looks like a young Boris Becker.
It's crazy. I got to talk to him about that. Anyway,
It's a good shot.
Yeah, it's a good shot. So what else? What else? Is
So
going on?
anyway, so the Globes. So I didn't see most of it.
Right.
Like I do tune in for the beginning though because I like to watch. I've always been a huge fan of watching the monologues.
Did you watch
at the
the
beginning of the award show?
Did you
Yeah.
like it?
Yeah. Yeah, thought it was okay.
Really?
I didn't think it was great, but I thought it was. I liked what they did about like it being like roasting, but like being super nice.
Yes, I didn't like
I thought
that.
it was funny.
Yeah, I didn't like it. Didn't like it. Felt really dull.
Who is like the
vanilla.
best like host that you've ever seen host an award show?
It depends because you're looking at
A movie award show.
I wouldn't want some of the people who have hosted previous Golden Globes to present the same way they did like if they were going to do the Oscars. Like Ricky Gervais should never do the Oscars. But the Golden Globes,
like to see it.
I like what it's not right for it.
I agree with you,
Yeah.
but it's like if I could have an alternate universe
You want to watch a car crash?
where I could watch
Yeah.
Ricky Gervais host the Oscars, I would pay a lot of money to go to that world,
Right.
to watch that night, and then come back and be like saying
the
stuff.
Oscars take themselves way too seriously to ever let that happen. But I
Yeah.
felt like last night the Golden Globes took themselves way too seriously. That was the problem that I had with it. Now, if the Oscars would have done that same exact show last night, that's what the Oscars do.
Yeah.
It's fine. But anyway,
I didn't hate it. I didn't
No,
think it was
I
like
didn't hate it.
it's
I
not
was
the
just-
best
no.
monologue I've ever seen, but it
Hate-
was.
didn't hate, just
Yeah.
was bored and thought that.
A
And
little bored.
I said was there's some stuff in that happened. Just to reiterate what I said earlier, so you're caught up. I thought that it was ultra politically correct. The entire thing. I thought there was some stuff inside of speeches that were
The entire
passionate.
evening was
The
politically
design
correct?
of the show itself, not the performance, not the speeches. Like because I had said that for me, my favorite speeches of the night, three: Regina King, Glenn Close, and Christian Bale. Those are my three.
Yeah, you know what was cool about I guess I did see a fair amount because Glenn Close when she won, she was like so surprised, and then the first person she went up to hug was Michael Douglas, and I was thinking like Fatal Attraction.
I thought that
That's
too.
hysterical.
I thought that
and
too.
then she gets it from Gary Oldman, and it's like she was the VP in Air Force One,
That's right.
so she finally met face to face
Oh,
this
that's
guy
right.
that hijacked the plane.
funny.
So I was like, there was no way to put it into like a concise tweet, but I thought it was a funny moment.
Everyone. Sorry,
Yeah.
that's just from The Professional.
That is.
That's all I got as far as that stuff goes. Unless you want to talk anything about the Golden
No,
Globes.
guess that's the end of the show.
We're not too
good
far
seeing
away
you.
from it.
Good to have you here, Ellis. Yeah, let's call it a day.
Later, guys. No, that's not it. That's not it. We're kind of
Cue the music.
Cues the music. Cues the muse. I do want to get some tweets in here because we'll see what the fans want to talk about today. Let's do some hashtag Collider Live. We'll open up the phone lines also, and then we know that the Batman reportedly starts filming in November, so that I assume that means we'll probably get it either next year around November, December if they wanted to hit that target date, or don't be surprised if we get May of 2021. It's probably when you're looking at that movie.
Yeah,
Something
because
like that.
Wonder Woman is now June of 2020.
Right.
So
Batman will probably be 2021.
Yeah, or it could be a holiday movie.
Right.
You know,
there's no chance it's a summer movie next year. There's no chance at all. You can't rush it.
No, you can't rush it, and Wonder Woman's going to dominate that summer for DC, and then maybe they're just thinking like, hey, you remember how Aquaman made us a lot of money at the holidays,
Right?
And you remember how there's no Star Wars movie coming out in 2020
Or
for
21
Christmas?
possibly.
So yeah, Batman. Yeah. Do we know who's playing the Caped
No,
Crusader?
we don't know yet. That's what we talked about. We have no idea. But you mentioned Star Wars. Reilly told me something during the break. What happened with Bob Iger? What did he say?
He basically said, "Why?" I'm going to paraphrase here, but they asked, "Are you ever going to do a Star Wars movie on Disney Plus streaming?" And he said, "Why would these movies are $100 million plus budgeted movies, and even Solo made $214 domestic, so we're not doing that." Almost, he quotes, every movie's studio makes is $100 million plus movie, and we're not looking to make movies at that level for this service. We're looking to invest significantly in television series on a per episode business, and we're looking to make movies that are higher budget, but nothing like that.
Now, I love Bob Iger.
Yeah.
One of my favorite businessmen of all time.
You read about him on the toilet frequently.
I think he is brilliant. This is the first time and only time I've ever said I think it was a dopey thing to say.
Okay, why?
No reason to say that. If it's not your plan, it's not your plan at the moment to say, look, at the moment, we're focusing in on television here. We're focusing in on these series. We're focusing in on The Mandalorian for these. Because what happens now if next year they go, that actually could be a good movie. You said that's never going to happen, Bob. And now you're putting it out there. Now you're putting an Obi-Wan movie. You decided there's a movie that you didn't think could work, but now because of the success of the Plus, now you're doing it.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
You just don't need
if
to
he
say
says
it.
it's never going to happen and then it happens and he says, well, I was wrong.
Well, we changed my mind.
I know,
I'm
but it's
okay with
but
that.
Yeah, if there wasn't like a track record of everybody ever in the history of Hollywood doing that, then I would be like, oh, why would he say
I
that?
guess 'cause I hold him to such high standards.
Here's why
Yeah,
I would.
yeah, I get
if I'm a
that.
shareholder, I'm like, hey, Bob, can you not say that?
Right.
Because I want people to buy the Disney streaming service
anything is
for
possible.
the potential.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
a great point. If he said, we haven't done it yet, we
I
haven't
would
decided yet.
I would tease
maybe.
people. I'd say
Yes.
anything's possible. It's a whole
Right,
new
that's what-
world.
that's-
And then you
Exactly,
sign
yeah,
up
exactly.
because maybe we'll get a Star Wars
Because you
movie.
never know what's going to happen. And the other thing is that when he says these movies are $100 million plus, what they're able to do with that $100 million plus now is putting it into a 10-series show like The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing that I'd like you to look up, right, if you don't know this already, is that there's something going around that The Mandalorian is going to be limited. No, it's a limited series. It's not something that's going to go on for a while. I don't
haven't
know if
heard
that's
that.
true. I don't know if that's true.
I'd be on board for that.
Limited series does not mean the same thing that it used to, though.
Right.
because
It could be 2 seasons. It could be 3 seasons.
Limited series could be 8 seasons. It's a limited amount of episodes compared to a 24-episode season. So if
What do you know
the
about TV?
episodes of 10, if the episodes are 10 episodes a season, then could be considered a limited season series, even if it's 10 seasons long.
Right.
See, I hear limited series, and I'm thinking 6 episodes. But I'm fine with The Mandalorian being that.
I think they already said 10, though.
That's fine. I don't need to go on and on and on with this. Now, I might see the first episode and be like, this needs to be a continually running series.
Right.
This is our Game of Thrones,
Right.
which may even in itself, by definition, be a limited series. I don't know. But The Mandalorian, I'm not sure how many stories you're going to be able to tell following one Mandalorian.
They're not going to just follow him.
Or whatever it is, it's like, yeah, this is great, but maybe you see that limited series, and then you say, well, maybe the next limited series can be something else. So I'm fine with it being.
And they really are, right, with
yeah.
Cassian.
Right.
What do they say?
Yeah, it was EW released on Friday or Thursday or something that, here's what you can look forward to in 2019 via Star Wars. And it starts with this limited TV series from Iron Man filmmaker Jon Favreau in reference to Mandalorian.
Right. So they don't really say
I mean,
what
they
limited
start
means.
with that.
With-
So is
right.
everybody on the internet jumping to conclusions? Maybe.
But there's no ironclad contract with any of this stuff. Like,
No.
again,
It literally
it can
does
come out
well.
and crush.
Well, and I
and-
think Roxy's right, though. I think because
means nothing.
standard television, for what the definition was, 22 episodes continuously happening. A limited series could be 8, 10 episodes for 2 or 3 seasons, or whatever it might be. And that could be if they guarantee it out, that they have an arc from start to finish. So I don't know. I don't know.
That's the smart play, is to start out as a limited series. The last thing you want is to greenlight the first Star Wars TV show ever and have it be a full season. And by season 3 or by episode 3 or 4, we're like, these leads are
Right.
kind of duds.
I want
You
8,
just
I
don't
want
wanna
8
do
to
that.
10 episodes, and I want 4 seasons.
Yeah.
And I'm good.
Now, when does it come out? 2000?
This year.
This year?
Yeah,
Really?
this year, the end of this year.
Woo.
Because they already started shooting last year. So.
God, that's it. I'm excited for the end of this year. I don't know if I always
I know.
feel like this in January, but I'm like, as soon as it hit January 1, I'm like, man, I cannot wait for December, because we'll have seen The Mandalorian. We obviously get episode 9, and then early 2020 is that Chicago Bulls documentary that they've already been teasing on ESPN.
Oh.
Anybody see that? Anybody see that?
No.
They ran a 2-minute trailer during basketball on Christmas Day, and it's a 10-part documentary about the Chicago Bulls of the 90s, the formation, the Bulls, the breakup. So, and they showed clips of Dennis Rodman being interviewed and Michael Jordan, and I'm watching this thing and I'm like, holy shit, this is coming out in a couple weeks. This is going to be great. And then the gut punch at the end says coming in 2020.
Oh,
like,
no.
what are you doing?
Right. Why would you
Why
say
would
that
you
so early?
even do that?
Right.
Unless it's going to be on one of their streaming
services, right, to get people hyped about it.
And I would pay top dollar
That'd be really
to
good.
see that today.
That is true. And we're going to be doing a lot of. There's anticipated lists here, things that are coming out for
You
the
and I
rest of the
haven't
year.
talked about it on
No, and that's
on the film
Well,
yet.
some people want to know real quick, and I'll just make this brief. As we have told people many times, that the Schmoedown is moving over to the Schmoes channel, which is now the Schmoedown
has.
channel. But people kept asking, because we did this whole redesign, no more Schmoes. Schmoes is dead. No, it's not. We have the Schmoes Know movie show, which is myself and Mark who are doing our reviews, and that'll be on the channel. We're doing a most anticipated list. We got a Vice review coming out this week.
Got another good movie we're seeing
Glass.
tomorrow night.
Tomorrow?
Oh shit! Look at this, Soldier Boy.
What?
love
Wait,
you.
what happened?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
You're only a day away.
Can I come?
Why didn't you go? You should have gotten. You should have gotten the invite.
I don't think I
Any
did.
plus one?
I'll have to look
I'm
into
taking
that.
Cobbster because he asked me.
Yeah.
No.
And I'm not
Take
Makuga.
Cobbster.
Ellis?
Do you have a
No, you
plus?
should
one?
take
Ellis, who you
Cobbster.
got?
I might, but
Do a
that plus
contest.
one may belong to Cody.
Oh.
Yeah,
yeah.
I
can't
I'd
argue
take
with
those
that.
You can't
guys.
take Cops without Cody. It's like
Yeah.
taking
Why?
one
Do
kid to
it.
Disneyland.
Why am I-
People
why am I
else
invited
have to
to
go.
this?
Huh?
We're pretty
What
much married.
happened?
He married me, not his wife.
What happened?
That's
I could look into it and I can. And
I'm going to the Upside tonight. Want to come with me?
What's that?
That's the movie that's coming.
Oh yeah, I'd like to
Oh,
see
what's
that
that?
movie.
Which one's that?
Yeah.
It's with the guys.
Okay, first of all, I really appreciate the offer, but it does seem a little fishy that you did
Stellar
not
description.
present me with, hey, Mark, do you want to come see the Upside with me until you found out about this
Right.
glass
It
information?
was just weird timing.
It
Yeah, I
seems
think
like
it's a
you're
lie.
I
trying
just
to
looked down
trade
and got
the
that email.
Upside
I think it's a
for
full-fledged lie.
glass.
No,
And
it's
as-
not a lie. It's a real movie.
I like Bryan
No, I think it's a
Cranston.
lie that you didn't have the.
I like Kevin Hart.
Oh, right. That movie. The problem with that movie is that
You didn't
it's-
know about it?
No, I knew what it was. He's in a
Shyamalan didn't do
wheelchair.
it?
He's in a wheelchair, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem with the movie.
No, it's not the problem with the movie. The
The
problem.
problem with the movie is
Right.
the guy's legs don't work.
No, the problem with the problem. He's got to get that fixed. The problem with the movie is that it's coming out in January.
Yeah.
That movie.
You're going to be back to being a monthist again after all the great things.
What is 2 or 3 things? No, the problem is that when you design, if a horror movie or a movie like right now, Glass has
There's
set
bad
itself.
horror movies that come out.
That's what I mean.
Too.
But Glass has set itself because of what it did with Split, right?
Mm-hmm.
Split jumped in January, took a shot, it worked, so they're capitalizing on January again. So that's not a thing. When you put a movie like this is a movie that should come out in like September
Could've
to
been
like
Oscar bait.
December.
Could've
The
been
fact
Oscar
that
bait.
it's in January, that scares me.
Okay.
And Kevin Hart doesn't have the best,
Oh yeah, that's who's in it.
Yeah, there's not a lot going on with Kevin Hart at the moment that people want to go, oh, I can't wait to see his movie.
Yeah, I mean, this one might come and go anyway
Yeah.
because Glass is going to dominate the rest of the month. In my opinion, then
Right.
February, you get right into the Lego movie, too.
Yeah.
So you do want to come with me?
I don't know. I'll think about it. I appreciate the offer, but probably not.
Probably not.
I got a long
Where's the
day
screening?
of
Oh, don't tell me.
doing
Got it.
this. I got movie talk at 4, and then probably
Pack day.
long.
Lot of
I'm
stuff.
moving this week.
Oh,
so,
are you really? What
Yeah.
did
I
that
thought you
come
already
about?
did it.
Oh.
Yeah. Huh?
I thought you already did it. No.
No.
You staying in the same general area?
One kind of move. But now I'm moving out of that apartment complex entirely.
Oh.
So I'm moving to a new location.
Don't say where the location, obviously, but
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Nice. Same area?
Oh.
Yeah, same
Okay.
general area.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm excited. I like the. I think I like the place. You never really know if you like a place till you actually live in it. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly when I'm gonna do the move, but probably Friday.
Oh.
I think that's a good idea.
I have a question for you that it pertains to all this that I want to ask you, and I'll ask you on the air. I was going to ask you off
Can
the
you
air,
help me
too.
move? Sure.
If you want me to, but I mean,
I'll help you.
Here's the thing,
I
though.
think I
with
helped you move one time.
Yeah, you've helped me do more than unfortunately. Do I want to help you move? No, but I'm tied to the fact that I'd actually have to help you. Because
Yeah,
of
but you
the
know what'd
things
be
that
weird
you've
if you
done.
helped me move is that you'd be moving a lot of your old ex-girlfriend cursed furniture.
It's still there.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
great furniture. It's
good
great
stuff.
furniture.
It's great
I will,
stuff.
I will help you move. I'm very good at it.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So I'm going to ask you something that I was going to ask you off air. I'll ask you on air.
Okay.
Your show for New York
Yes,
is
sir.
on Friday night. We have Schmoedown on Saturday night.
That is according to my latest docket. Yes.
Where is the show on Friday night?
New York Comedy Club, East Village location.
Is it sold out?
It's getting close. I'm not sure why.
You want to go on?
Relax.
Whoa.
Would you be able to get me a table?
A table.
A table that I can bring a bunch of friends to for Friday night.
How many is a bunch?
I don't know, like between probably like 8.
How many of these friends
30.
have nicknames?
I don't know.
At least half.
Joey sandwiches.
No, there'd be some,
Joey
there'd be some of the
Pinto.
people from St. Robert's.
They had the
There'd be some of the.
Can I go?
You're not going to be in New York,
Well,
silly.
how do you know that?
Are you going to be in New York?
I've actually been thinking about it.
Really?
Roxy is
I would love that.
wily with the travel plans. Let me tell you.
That's true.
She is
Have
plus
you
one.
really
She
been
won't
thinking
reveal
about-
till
have you
day
really
of.
been thinking about
Yeah, I
coming?
have been thinking about
I would
going.
love for you to be there.
So then I could go.
Then you would be able to sit with us. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right.
So
We'll talk about it.
would you be able? You think you'd be able to pull that off?
8 people's a lot.
Is that a lot of people?
It is, but I'll see what I can do.
All right, see
the
what you
show, for all I know, might actually be sold out. I'm not sure,
I
but
want
it's
to get
getting
Pinto
close.
there.
Yeah, I've every one of your friends that I've met.
Right.
I don't think I have a bad
Right.
word to say about any
Well, I know
of your
Samantha.
mates.
I think Samantha from calling in from the first show. It was like 50 episodes ago. She might want
Oh,
to
the
go.
one that corroborated your story about dating or liking a girl, or she was the first girl you liked.
No. Samantha,
No.
Samantha was the one who basically gave a lot of the background of St. Robert's.
She painted a very nice picture in a
Yes.
concise amount of time.
Correct.
Good
Yeah.
with her words.
So, but yeah, there's a lot of those
Yeah.
people. There's a lot of those people that would probably. I was thinking because they want to come to the Schmoedown thing, and I was thinking last night. I'm like, we're not really gonna, for that whole night. It will be done at like 10:30. Maybe catch a drink afterwards. But on Friday, maybe I can actually just kick back, have a couple drinks, watch the
You want to
Yucks.
sit there and watch me?
I haven't seen your set in a while.
Okay.
I think the last time I went, I'll never
Same
do it.
exact
I won't
set.
do it for another 4 years. No, it's not. I won't do it for another 4 years. But I last time I went, it was with me and Stuckman and a few other people when we went to the
the Ice House. That was
the
at
last
least
time.
4 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the last time I need to watch you. I go 4
You haven't
years.
seen him in 4 years.
Trust me, I get it.
It's like the Olympics.
Yeah, it's like I get it. It's
He
like,
wants to see what Mark's doing with pole vaulting and curling.
you forget that this was what I did for a long time.
But
And
it's your best friend is 4 years.
No.
Let me ask you a question. If I was doing stand up all the time too, and I
Yeah.
had big shows, how often would you come watch me perform?
Probably not a lot.
Every year?
I would come to the shows and I would hang out.
Right. You wouldn't sit in the audience.
But I'm not going to go inside.
Right.
I'm going to do what the Rileys do, because the Riley family will come up to the Comedy Store and
And then
hang out
at
and
the
have a drink.
bar.
Yeah.
Right. Then that's what I do. The story.
I just
But
saw
the special
you.
events, we will go and
Yes.
watch you
If it's
like that.
If there's
Fair
a big,
enough.
if there's
Yeah.
and the other thing to be fair to me, is that what he doesn't do that I used to do, he just doesn't. It's not him. If he's got big shows, He's not gonna tell me about it. Like if he asked me, if he ever came to me and said, "Look, and this is
I need you there."
This is 100% truth, and you know. Oh, there you go. This is 100% truth, and you know this. That if you said, I'm taping a special, and I'd love for you to be in the audience, I'd be there in like that.
Yeah.
But that's not what you do.
No.
You don't do that. I used to do that for all those events that I do. I invite everybody.
Yeah.
You just don't do that.
Are you thinking about doing that?
What, taping a special?
Yeah.
There's been talks.
Yeah.
Can I come?
Yeah.
I will be there for that.
But
I've seen you like 10 times in the last year.
I'll be honest with you, though, like taping a special or even just doing like something in New York, like I'm fine to get you in,
Right.
to get you in.
Can I do
And
10 minutes?
We'll see about the French.
Can I do 10?
If you want to, you know that offer's on the table. But I really do, and maybe I think most comics feel like this,
Yeah.
but I especially do, is that I think that stand-up comedy is a sport where it's you on stage in front of strangers you've never met before.
Right.
You know, fans are great, but they know you, but it's like me doing a set in front of a bunch of people I know sounds pukey to me.
So the Schmoedown Awards.
The Schmoedown Awards are going to be different. But that's a very interesting thing.
I'll take umbrance to pukey. I think that there's way more of a challenge inside of the other thing, though, too. But there's still a skill in being able to legit make your friends laugh as well, too. Now, it's easier.
That's the tougher skill, I think.
I
think it's hard.
Yeah,
I think it's hard. People who know who you are, they might give you a break up top, but I'd rather...
Sure, and the materials to do,
Yeah.
but you see, you're different though too, because people know that this is what you do, and you know, I mean, and like perfect example was last year at the Schmoedown Awards.
Yeah.
Like, and that's not a club.
That was not a comic.
No, you're going to be performing at the main stage of the Comedy Store, a place that you're very familiar with. It'll be like you're at home stadium,
Right.
And so it's going to be a little bit.
And we have like a lot of fans that are
and
coming.
you'll feel better on that one. But like what you did last year at the old studio, and we had like 60 some odd people in the audience, you crushed it. And like and I remember the guys when we were doing afterthoughts, they would say, or Snelling would say, that I never laughed at your stuff, and that I wouldn't laugh at you. And you made me laugh a lot during that Schmoedown Awards too.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. You weren't on a mic, but
that's my point though. Is that when I'm on the mic, we're concentrating, and there are gifts of me cracking up at some of the things that you've said. You can find those things. I'm not going to sit there and
cut to me like tonight. Just Roxy, I can't go to the movie. I'm searching gifts of Kristian.
Right.
I want to see if I ever brought joy to this poor man.
It's true. No one does, except Christian Bale with his speech last night. But that's it. Reilly, I love you, but I got to say something that's been bothering me.
What's that?
And I got to do this on air, and I hate to do it.
Wow.
What the fuck is going on with your fingernails?
I know. I got to fucking cut them.
What is happening with
Let me
those?
see.
Yeah, because
They're
we lost my. Yes.
What's happened?
Thank you for like the words out of my fiance's mouth last night.
Yeah.
She's like, "You got to cut your nails." I go, "Where's that the nail clipper that she had?"
clippers.
I left it at your mom's.
Oh,
I'm like,
right.
If
so, and I
only-
went literally,
you- if
and
you wouldn't
I
bring it up,
literally went,
man.
"Please don't fucking say something."
is such
and
a-
thank you. Because I'm fucking pissed too. I'm like, God damn it! I gotta go get.
I mean, you could chase animals and kill them with your bare hands.
I will do that.
I love the idea
hadn't
of the Rileys being like, well, there's no nail clippers I left at mom's. Well, shit, I wish there was some sort of store.
There was.
How do I
nail
get it?
clippers
But
at
this
an
is
affordable
my
price.
day. Yesterday,
Go stop at 7-Eleven.
yesterday I went. This is what I'm doing. I had to do some work on myself, and then I'm gonna go get a haircut.
Got some more work to do on
Come
yourself.
back. I'm gonna cook us dinner
Like a
and
guitar player.
and then be a guitar player.
Yeah,
Then I'm
coke
gonna
it.
cut my nails.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna call it a day. All of that was done. I'm cooking dinner. We sit down, we eat, and I go, "Hey, babe, where's the nail clipper?" She goes, "Oh, I left it."
I can't look away now.
And I'm not going at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night to do
At this
this.
point, just paint them.
Be like Frosty.
Yeah.
Own it, yeah.
They're so long.
I didn't know.
I saw, you know, and I took everything before the break. I saw them. Like, I'm not going to say anything, and then they were just staring at me, and I felt like
Yeah.
they looked like weapons.
I'm so glad.
I'm sorry.
You said something.
You know what's so cute is outside of my new place, it's on the first floor, and so I can leave some food out on my porch. So maybe Reilly could come up there and rummage around a little bit.
I was gonna
You
hope
wanna
that
chase
you
the
just
squirrels?
leave
Have a little mask on.
some nail clippers.
If you come over and chase the squirrels in my house,
I could do that.
climb the
I could
tree
do
and
that.
go after them.
I can do whatever the fuck you want. All right.
The Rileys are known as an Irish woodland creature.
It's fine.
No, and I'm having fun making fun of this because, as you probably have observed in your time,
yours are terrible.
My fingernails are famously the longest in the history.
But that's why I call Reilly.
They're getting a little up there right
This
now.
is every day. But those are. Put them together with
These
his.
are pretty fresh.
Put them together with his.
Yeah.
Look at his.
Yeah, look at that.
You could.
No, I had those.
He could touch it from the home.
My mom and my sister over at Christmas were like, because my sister's having her big Christmas Eve party, the first one at her place, she's like, "Are you gonna cut your fingernails?"
Right.
So I'm the same way.
Yeah.
How long does it take to grow those?
I can't. It drives me insane.
Mine sprout up pretty quick.
Mine go
Mine do
like
too.
I blink and I'm like, what? I just cut them.
Yeah.
If it goes just a little bit, it drives me insane. I got to jump into the bathroom and
But okay, there's a good length though to a nail scratch. Like you got to keep a little bit of stub on there.
a little.
Okay.
A little. That's it.
Wow, I literally can't look at you.
Hold his hand.
I can't.
Yeah. Touch your hand with that nail.
I really can't. I can't believe I didn't notice.
You could cut bread with those things.
It's like when they start to curl under.
Yeah.
They're not doing
They're
that.
not curling.
Please.
Like those, the Guinness Book of
Like
World Record
like
ones.
a dead person. Yeah. Riley's got dead guy fingernails. Riley, was it weird when you met the guy who engineered the Weapon X program? Was that a tough day for you?
Oh God.
I don't remember, actually.
What was it like fighting in the Civil War with Sabretooth?
Again, I don't remember. I woke up in Canada. I was at a bar drinking whiskey. That's all I remember.
Slice my throat with those things.
I will after
You're a
the
good
show.
sport,
You got
Riley.
you
You're a
got to
good
do it.
Ginsu Riley.
Yeah, fine. I'm so glad this became a segment.
I'm glad he brought it up.
Yeah.
Literally, he walks in and I don't know what we're going to talk about, and now I know.
Thank God. Thank
I
God.
really think that the only thing that gets things done around here is public flogging.
Yeah.
It's how you and I used to do.
It's always the best bits.
Supposed to movie shows.
It
the
is.
best bits.
That is the only thing.
1000% he shows up tomorrow with cut nails
Oh,
because
yeah.
of you guys.
Yeah.
Like,
No, he would have done it before.
This was like this
was
was on my. I was
inevitable.
literally thinking of going at lunch to get the.
It
frickin'
bothers
clippers.
you. It doesn't bother you. Like you can deal with it.
No,
The only reason you wanted to cut it. Only reason you wanted to cut it is
I-
because someone said
Well,
something.
you have
I hate
short
this
nail
feeling.
beds, so they wouldn't look as long.
No,
he
his
has
do look pretty
already
bad.
long nail beds. And
I
then
have.
on
I
top
have
of
a
Are your
crazy
toes a
thing.
disaster too right
No,
now?
my toes are fine. Here, let me show you.
No, I'm good.
No, my hair and my nails grow like.
Right, yeah.
Do you
weeds.
take a thing?
I don't take anything. No, it's just natural. I don't know.
There you go.
Wow.
Do you guys have separate toe clippers and nail clippers?
Nice.
No. Is that a
Okay.
thing?
It's the same.
Huh?
Wow.
Yeah, some people do.
I mean, I have I have two toe tip clippers and a cuticle clipper, but I don't do one for each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I soak one, clean it, use the other.
Hey guys,
Yes, sir.
Hi.
we've had a caller on hold for like 20 minutes.
Been listening to this whole. All right, cool. Is somebody? No, you know what? I'm glad he didn't check his text. I'm glad that he
I
didn't
know.
for that one.
You asked me not to.
No, no, I'm
there it
glad
is.
you
Your
didn't.
computer's right there.
Yeah, I know.
I don't have
All right,
text
all right, let's-
messages on my computer.
Neither do I.
And
so-
communicating.
Is this a call of somebody that we know, or is this a fan?
I think it's just you said open up
This
the
is a
line.
fan.
Yeah, the
Okay. Hey, you're in Collider Live. Thank you for listening to our toenail conversation. How are you?
I'm doing good. I usually use my teeth on my fingernails. Is that weird?
Yeah. You eat them?
No.
Pick some?
Right into a trash can.
Oh, I see.
I used to do
But
that.
then they're
So,
sharp.
who is this?
This is Travis from Florida.
Hey,
So
Travis. What's up,
Hi,
man? How you doing? What do you got for us today?
Not much. I mean, I didn't really watch the latest award show, but I did have a little idea that's been percolating in my head for a while. I have one since Riley's been rolling to pitch to him if it's all right.
Sure. Go ahead. What do you got?
Okay, so it's one of two. Basically, I don't know if Riley, if you know anything about the Legion of Superheroes or whatever, but I figured that would be a good kind of a good kind of reboot of sorts. Because the best part is there's 31st century, so it's all so far removed from history that's not connected as a way. Then you can also reboot, bring. I'm excited. Sorry.
What are we talking?
So you're rebooting like Superman and Batman and that kind of thing?
Yeah, like the entire DC universe, instead of going to Flashpoint, which would be something later on down the road if they got this right, you can do it for a secondary reboot instead of, like, say, but if they just recast it.
Would the superheroes have long fingernails or short?
Great question.
You can't cut Superman's nails.
Oh.
I imagine they grow very, very fast.
Yeah, he could probably Superman be able to just zip them off with his eyes, wouldn't he?
Yeah, you just
right.
Well,
Yeah. Bruce Wayne has.
Batman's got some shit in his
No,
belt.
he has Alfred do it.
You think so? But Alfred's not with them all the time. What if he's with?
Then he's gonna get some long nails until he gets back to Wayne Manor.
Utility belt's got to have some shit.
Nah,
Aquaman is fucked.
Aquaman.
Why?
What's he gonna do in the water?
Yeah, it's hard to cut your nails
a
underwater.
shark to do it.
He goes home.
That would make him so soft.
He swims home, visits his dad, uses the clipper, and then he's
I
back in.
got a question about this. The Legion folks. What year does it take place?
Tomorrow.
The 31st century.
Okay, see, that's my question. Is that like, yeah, it'd be cool to see that universe, but to reboot into the 31st century and to fast forward that far,
It's a lot.
It feels more like the angle is, hey, look at this futuristic movie versus, hey, look at this reboot of the superheroes that we know and love. So, like, I like seeing Batman exist in a Gotham that feels parallel to our current world. Versus, I mean, I'm interested in anything. I'd be interested in Batman hanging out when Jesus was born.
Right.
But I think that in the 31st century, it's a little far removed. Feels a little more Blade Runner-y to me.
All right. Well, thank you for the call, Travis. Appreciate it.
Also, those movies don't tend to hold up as well because their technology passes us so quickly.
Right.
Yeah.
The 31st century, that is a tough. Where are we? The 21st?
We're
Well,
the
I mean,
21st.
the way that you do it, the way that you can do it in the 31st century, the way that a lot of these, some of them, I don't know if it was Hunger Games, I think it takes place not 31st, but way further into the future.
Yeah.
Hunger Games does?
Yeah, because the thing is,
kind of an unknown future.
Remember that most of what we know has been blown to smithereens. Even that movie that we just saw, the Mortal Engines.
Yeah.
Right? Mortal Legends. That movie took place way in the future, but like all society was kind of blown to smithereens, and they had to rebuild it again. And you know what else did that? The Postman with Kevin Costner.
I've never seen it. I'm a big Costner guy.
Yeah, I like the Postman. I mean, I'm probably the only one that did. Let's get some tweets in here, Reilly. So go to #Collider Live and let's see what they're talking about, and we can get another phone call. Cody, just let us know when we got somebody.
They did that with comics in the Marvel runs, where when I was collecting comics in the 90s, they had like Punisher and Spider-Man in 2089 or 99 or something like that. So it's still like a ways in the future. And that was pretty interesting. So I might be on board for a movie like that, but I want to see Batman and Wonder Woman done right in the current time frame, or at least something that I can relate to a little bit. So like Wonder Woman 1984.
You want to see them in their prime.
Yes.
Yeah, I get it.
Same. We didn't mention this, and Christopher S. Brown asked, "What about the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse winning the Golden Globe?" This is huge.
Great question.
Yeah.
Fantastic win, because remember there was
Shocked
talk
the hell out of me.
there was talk.
Wow, I was expecting that. You weren't?
No, because the talk was that Sony didn't even want to give it a run because they didn't think it had a shot, and there wasn't a lot of campaigning for it, and people loved that movie so much, and then it won. I think it's got a fantastic shot to win the Oscar. Now.
I think it will.
I don't think there's any doubt that it wins the Oscar.
Me too. It's the best animated movie.
Yeah,
So.
I thought that before
time.
the Golden Globes happened.
Yeah.
It wasn't just because I love the movie, but it was like, you just feel like it's just a better. It's a better statement win. It's a better. More original feeling movie, even though we've seen 900 Spider-Man
But it was
movies.
a very different way to do Spider-Man.
Incredibles 2, Ralph 2.
That's the question. So, which one wasn't nominated last night? It was last night? It was Incredibles 2?
It was Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Ralph,
Isle of Dogs.
Isle of Dogs, right? And then
That was a great movie too.
I feel like there was a lack of. I feel like there was a. I mean, Spider-Verse against
What was
the
the
best
last one?
competition. There was another movie I never.
There's
heard
always
before.
a couple smaller ones that
you
sneak
never heard,
up
yeah.
there and get some acclaim, like right leading into Oscar season. But I really think that Spider-Verse is going to
Spider-Verse, I
dominate
think,
the Oscars.
could have played up against some of the big boys of all time, and probably still won.
Yeah.
Right. But I think that the competition this year is definitely weaker than years past.
Yeah, and again, if this was the first Incredibles movie or the first Ralph movie, I think that it's something different. But the fact that this is a brand new Spider-Man, hanging out with a lot of older Spider-Man,
Right.
but like the other two are just like they feel like they're direct sequels to other animated movies of note. So I just feel like that also helps Spider-Man. But you're right. I think that there's a lot of years where a movie like this could have taken hold and gone on a run like what I think Spider-Verse is going to do. I think that would be the biggest groan at the Oscars as far as like, how did this movie not win? If they say that Ralph or Incredibles 2 wins, or Isle of Dogs for that matter, wins over Spider-Verse, I think that's going to be a bigger groan than if like Bohemian Rhapsody upset something at the Oscars.
I don't know. But I mean, it caused a lot of shit last night. I love it that it won, but it caused a lot of shit on the internet last night that it beat Star is Born.
Well, it felt like in the room again. I didn't watch all of it, but it felt like in the room, like some of the air had left when they said Bohemian Rhapsody as opposed to another movie that could have won. It seemed like it sucked a little bit of the air out of the room, but then you also get that second wave of people who love Queen. are excited that the actual Roger Taylor and Brian May are there.
Yeah.
And then it's also just the alcohol. It gets everybody a little loose, and so they're more hooting and hollering and stuff.
There's no chance in hell, and as much as I wanted to, there's no chance in hell Bohemian Rhapsody wins Oscar.
Literally
I don't think
zero.
it does.
There's no chance.
Literally zero.
Especially after the big stink that happened last night. There's no chance. Star is Born will most likely win. But the other thing is that now a lot of those comedies like Vice that were nominated will also be nominated inside of that. But all right, let's take one more call and let's get the hell out of here.
We got a caller.
Let's do it. All right, hey, you're in Collider Live. Who do we got?
Vagina.
Yeah!
There you go, Roxy.
I love vagina.
Who do we got?
My name is Tina Bigelow. How are you guys
Hi,
doing?
Tina. How are you doing? Thank you for joining us. What would you like to talk about today?
Mostly I wanted to thank you guys, which sounds really weird because this is a thank you that's been long coming for me. I have been living alone when I was in college like 6 months ago. I just graduated in June.
Congrats.
Thank you. It was hard. Prior to that, I'd been living by myself in my apartment, and it was a very lonesome situation because I had a significant other who was 2 hours away from me, and it sucked. And a lot of my content and interacting with others has been through the Collider community, whether it be through movie talk, through the Schmoedown, and it just gave me a lot of comfort, and it gave me like some interactions with other people than, just me and my dog whenever she was there. So I just wanted to thank you guys for giving me that, and
That's awesome.
it really helped me get through the last 6 months of my education.
It's a very nice thing to say, Tina, but if I can give you a little word of advice, I know maybe it feels a little lonely sometimes living by yourself. Enjoy this time.
Enjoy it now.
As long, I feel like Adam Sandler and Billy Madison, stay here
Let me tell you what.
as long as you can.
Let me tell you what. Mark Ellis
It's too late. I already live with my boyfriend now. We're good.
Oh, okay, good.
Get out of there.
I was going to say, Mark Ellis doesn't say a lot of great things, but that was actually, he's right. Sometimes you need, I need to steal time in the bathroom, but that's about it. That's the only time I get. And I'm not doing anything except reading.
My boyfriend takes forever in the bathroom.
Yeah, because he's
it's
reading.
ridiculous.
He's reading or he's just got time to himself. There's nothing else going on.
Honestly, he's just thinking.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah, that's all he's doing.
He's sitting there taking a shit, playing on his phone. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm watching a Netflix movie. Like,
Yeah, he needs time to himself. That's
20 minutes to poop.
it's our den. So, but other than that, is there anything else you'd like to talk about today, or just calling in to shoot the shit?
Calling in to shoot the shit.
Love it.
Nice.
Really,
What did you?
real talk, this has been one of my favorite things to watch throughout this past year.
Oh,
So.
thank you
What
very
was
much.
your What was your major?
English and with a minor in psychology.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
I
very
love when you tack on the minors.
Yeah.
You know,
not
looks
communications.
Great on a res. I thought about tacking on journalism as a minor,
Please.
and I took one journalism class, and I'm like,
You're
oh,
dumb.
they expect me to do work.
No, you wouldn't do that.
Yeah, not doing that.
Well, Tim, thank you so much.
Oh, man.
Listen, thank you so much for calling, and I'm glad that we were able to bring some smiles and laughs in the last 6 months, and hopefully we can do it for a lot more.
And most importantly,
Yeah, appreciate it.
vagina.
There you go.
Yeah, tell your boyfriend to get out of the bathroom.
Thank you, Roxy.
Yeah.
God bless.
You rock.
All right, guys. Thank you. And with that, I think we call it a day, my
Are we
friends.
done?
I think we're done.
All
I'd
right.
like to thank everybody here
You're
for joining
over us?
I'm over you. I'm just kidding. I love you.
I get that. I love you
We
too.
are, once again, just a couple more things to let everybody know. On the 12th, January 12th, Mark Ellis is hosting the Schmoedown Awards at the Comedy Store in the main room. Get your tickets going over to, if you go to Mark Ellis Live, you can get it over there, or you can just Google it, Eventbrite, Schmoedown. Get your tickets while you can, like all the great presenters there. You want to sign on up to the Schmoedown Patreon, you can do that as well. It's patreon.com/Schmoedown. Check out Roxy Striar on the Instagram and the Twitter. Mark Reilly will be at 7-Eleven buying clippers.
Have your
That's
Riley
right.
spayed or neutered.
Yeah, please do that. Mark Ellis, myself, Kristian Harloff will catch you tomorrow. And for the Wangers in the booth, peace out, Mother Refs.